redshirt freshman, number 84, Luke Maylander.
It is homecoming weekend at Illinois State with a good college football game on tap as the ISU Redbirds play host to the Penguins of Youngstown State. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Illinois State football here on Marquee Sports. Kurt Pegler alongside former NFL tight end Clay Harbor. It's homecoming, and that means alumni are back in the building. Former players are back with the team here. It's always exciting, and this should be an exciting football game for them to see.
Absolutely. The all-time record between these two games are split, so that's something that's interesting. And it's always good to see your old teammates, some former alumni back in the building. That makes you want to play that much more.
Youngstown State comes in fueled by dual-threat quarterback Bo Brungard. We know him as a runner, but, man, has he added a passing game to his resume.
You're absolutely right, Kurt. He's not just a guy that's going to take the ball and run. He does both. He can throw the ball down the field, short, long, intermediate. He can create some time in between the pass games, so now you might have to cover for 4, 5, 6 seconds. So he's going to be a problem for this Illinois State defense to stop.
Another week and another great performance for Illinois State wide receiver Daniel Sobkowitz. 2 more touchdowns last week, including his first career rushing score. He is literally doing it all.
There is nothing this guy can't do. He's a great route runner. He's got great hands. He goes up and high points the ball. To me, he might be one of the best receivers, not only in the conference, but the country right now, and it'll be a tough job for this Youngstown State Penguins to stop him.
Redbirds taking the field for this homecoming Saturday. Youngstown State ready to join them on this Hancock Stadium turf. Again, homecoming is always special, and when these two teams play, they just always seem to play tight games, and that's what we're expecting here this afternoon.
Absolutely. All-time series, 16-16. Doesn't get any closer than that, Kurt. They are actually tied here, and it's always fun. Homecoming, I remember playing at Missouri State. It was always good to see the alumni back, your former teammates, a lot of family and friends in the stands. So it's a fun time, and it always adds a little bit more to the game.
Captains will meet at midfield for the coin toss. Yeah, when you talk about the all-time series, you also have to include the fact that the last 3 times that these teams have played, they've been 1-score games. We did the game here a year ago. Was a 1-score game here, a touchdown towards the end. It's just one of these things. These teams tend to play games that come down to the 4th quarter every year. That's kind of exciting when you get ready for it, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And we got 2 good quarterbacks here, too. And not only 2 good quarterbacks, but 2 dual-threat quarterbacks. And that's something that's fun to watch. You don't know if these guys are going to run it. Are they going to pass it? You know, are they going to kick it? They probably won't kick it, Kurt. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
These guys can do everything.
Redbirds come in at 4-2 and 1-1 in the Missouri Valley. Youngstown State 3-3, but having dropped back-to-back Missouri Valley Conference games, the Penguins are looking for their first victory in the league. Brock's back in his 17th year coaching Illinois State. Doug Phillips in his 6th. Let's go to midfield and hear the conversation of the coin toss.
Tails. Youngstown State, what's your call? Tails. Tails is the call. It is heads. You won the toss. Illinois State has won the toss and elected to defer. You'll take the ball. All right, which way would you like to kick? All right, back to the end zone. Back to the end zone. Youngstown State, the game, receiving. Shake hands, bring out your players. Good luck today.
Redbirds will kick it off to begin as they have opted to defer. Hey, our sideline reporter today is Casey Standahar. Good afternoon, Casey.
Hey, Kirk, good afternoon. This game moved up to noon today from 2 o'clock. We expected to play a little bit later, but we're trying to avoid those severe weather conditions. So the game at noon today. So far, though, nothing severe about this day. It's partly cloudy, about 75 degrees, and I'm in my rain jacket just in case we see severe weather later in this game. But I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm a little bit warm down here so far. Both Coach Spack and Coach Phillips for both these 2 teams said they're not worried about the weather. They said they've been working on wet ball drills during the game, making sure that they were ready for anything. And if you recall, 3 years ago in this game, there were 40 miles per hour winds, and Coach Spack decided to kick the ball at both halves. So he wanted to make sure that he could just be ready for anything, didn't want the ball. Coach Phillips recalls that very clearly. And look, Coach Phillips said in my call with him earlier, we can't control the weather, but what we can control is ball security. And Coach Spack kept it simple, telling me, look, it's a great day for football regardless. Kirk, Clay?
Yeah, thank you, Casey. We've got overcast skies right now. We know that there are some storms in the forecast later in the afternoon, but we hope that's a non-factor here, moving the game up 2 hours. We're going to have some good football here, and hopefully the weather will cooperate.
Oh, right now it's perfect weather. I mean, this is what you want. There's not too much sun, about 75 degrees. It is a little bit humid, but these are the games you love to play in. Should be able to throw it, should be able to run it, so may the best man win.
So the Redbirds will kick away as they won the coin toss and opted to defer. Matt Maldonado will kick. And we're seeing a pretty explosive player back to receive for Youngstown State. He wears number 1, Flash Wilson, a transfer from Slippery Rock. He is a guy that can make things happen. And the Redbird coaching staff, he was the first guy that they talked about this week, was we have to make sure that number 1, Flash Wilson, doesn't go off on us. He's a wide receiver and a kick returner.
With a name like that, he better be a wide receiver.
Maldonado's kick is fielded by Wilson at the 2, and he's going to bring it out. Gets to the sideline where he's angled out of bounds right about the 25-yard line. And the Penguins will bring their offense on the field, led by Bo Brungard. He is the starting quarterback, the junior. This is the offensive set brought to you by your local Ford dealers, with Jaden Gilbert in the backfield, Max Tomczak, the all-time leading receiver for the Penguins. We mentioned Wilson. Mike Solomon, also a transfer coming in from Slippery Rock, and Austin Bray, the tight end. For this offense, which averages 186 yards a game, 224 on the ground, and they score 30 per game. Brungard is the fuel, certainly, for this Penguins offense, and that's him on a design run right off the bat, and he moves the ball ahead across the 30-yard line, a pickup of 6 yards on the first carry.
Yeah, Kurt, you're going to see a lot of that. Look like a little bit of a power play right there. They run a lot of gap scheme. They pull some guards. They like to be physical, get the ball downhill, and let their strong quarterback do most of the running.
He leads the team in rushing, 121 yards per game. He's got 678 yards rushing coming into this contest. He's been known as a running quarterback, but really has developed an excellent passing game this year. Be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be Gilbert's first carry, and the Redbirds stop him. Ty Niekamp comes up to make the hit. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-a-yard gain. The Redbirds are pretty good against the run here, and now they've forced a 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a zone read, and I actually thought Brumgard should have pulled that one. It looked like the DN crashed. Illinois State did a good job of playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, and you know Coach Niekamp loves that.
3rd and 4. 39% conversion rate on 3rd down for the Penguins this season. Wilson is in motion now. Brungard chased out of the pocket. This is when he's really dangerous. He dives ahead. He does get the 1st down as he goes across the 35 to about the 37 before Shad Nakuba makes the stop. But it's a 1st down for the Penguins. They'll move the chains.
Boy, is he quick, Kurt. He looks at his first read right there and just takes off. And you can tell they're being coached by Coach Back to make sure your eyes are on the quarterback. The defense playing the zone, eyes are on the quarterback. But the crazy part is he can still beat you because he is that quick.
Ball at the 37-yard line, and on 1st down, Brungard's going to pass, and it's incomplete. Threw it to the sideline there. He was trying to get Fresh Walter, the wide receiver from Charlotte. He's a transfer from Charlotte. He's originally from Florida. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, a little bootleg action right there. Fake the run, fake the zone left. Let Brumgard have a run-pass option. Receiver was there. He's got to put it on him right there.
Brungard has 1 yard to go in his passing resume to get to the 3,000 here. I should say 2,000. He was at 21:41 for the year last year, and he's almost at that number now. You can see that he's really added his passing game to his great running game. Back to pass again. He's got a man over the middle. It's Wilson, and he makes a nice route. He gets the ball, and he's got the 1st down. He took a hit there right at the sideline, right in front of the Redbird bench.
And not only is he lightning with that flash, but there's a little bit of thunder right there at the end. Delivered a nice little pop to get some extra yards. They like getting him on these routes underneath to hit him in stride so he can do some running, some yards after the catch. Is something he's really good at.
Yeah, Wilson is 5'9", 180, but that's his 22nd catch of the season. Had his first touchdown catch as a member of the Penguins last week. Gilbert again gets the call. He's dragged down from behind. Good pursuit that time. The Redbirds kind of strung that play out, and he was dragged down.
Yeah, that was nice play right there. I think that was Ty Niekamp that came from the backside. That's what defensive coordinators love. You love to see plays brought down from the backside right there, because all that is effort and pursuit, and that is something that you can't coach.
Niekamp with a couple of tackles already here. He's got 55 for the season coming into the game. Number 1 on the Redbird tackle chart. Gain of 1 on the play, so it's 2nd and 9. Gilbert's the man in motion, and Brungard with some time. And he's chased around, and he's got some legs, and man, look at this big run. He's now into the Redbird secondary. A huge run down to the 20-yard line. Big play.
What a play right here. Let's check out this replay, Kurt. You see him right here. This is just a little bit of a quarterback draw. No, it's a scramble. That's a pass. He just takes off. He beats Ty Niekamp. He beats another defender, and he's not a guy that's going to run out of bounds. He's going to always try to get the extra yard.
It's a gain of 30 and a first down for the Penguins, who are moving the football. And there's Tomczak with his first catch. He's wrapped up immediately. But the Penguins' all-time leading receiver makes his first catch of the afternoon in his home state. He's from the Chicago area.
Yeah, we get a real treat here today, Kirk, because we get to see 2 of the best receivers in the league, in the Missouri Valley, maybe even in the country, with these 2 guys between Tomczak and Sopkowitz. It's going to be fun to watch.
34th catch of the year from Max Tomczak as he approaches 500 yards on the season. Gain of 6 on the play, so it's 2nd and 4. This time the give goes to Ethan Wright, who's in the game now. And that's his first carry, but the Redbirds again stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Wright is the running back from Cincinnati. He returned from an Achilles injury last fall. He had 7 starts a year ago, and he was an all-newcomer in the Valley. But at this point, he's kind of playing second fiddle to Jaden Gilbert, and the Redbirds are now looking at 3rd and 4th from a defensive standpoint. Tomczak, the man in motion. Brungard on a designed run. Dives ahead. He's short, though the Redbirds come up and make a play. And that's a nice hit and a tackle from Mason Kaplan. And so the Penguins are going to be about 2 yards short of the first down here.
Yeah, heck of a play here by Mason Kaplan. And Brungard, you got to make sure you wrap up. He hits him low, wraps up, doesn't give up. He's been having a really solid year for the Redbirds, and this kid's just going to get better.
And the field goal team is on the field now for Youngstown State. Andrew Vlastavka, he's a junior from Sagamore Hills, Ohio. 7 of 9 from field goal range. This is going to be a 36-yard attempt. And it's up and through. And Youngstown State takes the opening kick and marches downfield and gets a field goal and draws first blood at 3-0. Check that, that's a 32-yard field goal attempt. We mentioned how close these teams have played their last 3 games, but again, 32 previous meetings, and it's 16-16. And last year's game here won by the Redbirds 23-16, a game that saw Tommy Rittenhouse throw for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. But the last 3 times these teams have played have been 1-score games. They're just dead even on the field and with the statisticals too.
Yeah, these teams kind of mirror each other in a lot of ways. They're just well-coached teams, hard-nosed. Youngstown State has always been a tough team, physical. Going back to my days of playing, Kurt, back in 2005, 2009, you always find the same type of players, these gritty, tough players from Youngstown, and nothing is ever going to be easy when you play the Penguins.
Josh Wilkins, he's a freshman. Kicker to kick now for Youngstown State. Dylan Lord and Winkers right back to receive for Illinois State. So the Redbirds offense, we'll see if it can match the points put on the board here by the Penguins. That's a short kick, and it is fair caught right about the 24-yard line. Scotty Presson made that reception. Take a look now at The Illinois State offensive lineup brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Again, we mentioned Rittenhouse. He's coming off a 4-touchdown game. He was terrific. Winkers Wright has had a big year. Daniel Sobkowitz, of course, the All-American wide receiver. He's got a nice tandem partner with Luke Maylander in his first year. Eddie Casper, the veteran. Javon Charles had his first touchdown catch last week. And that's a quick look at that offensive set for the Redbirds. Again, brought to you by our local Ford dealers. Redbird offense, 174 yards on the ground, 220 on the air, averaging about 31 points per game. And this is Winkers Wright with his first carry. Gains a yard as he was working the left side there.
Yeah, nothing doing right there. The Youngstown State Penguins D-line just got a big push right there and no space for Winkers. You know, you want to stay ahead of the chain, especially against a team like this, and this is something that's going to be interesting to watch the rest of the game. If this O-line can compete with this big D-line.
Winkers Wright averages 5.5 yards per carry. Senior from Floyd's Knob, Indiana. Second down. Rittenhouse rolling, chased, he throws it, and it's intercepted. A takeaway by the defense. The Penguins' Dane Hodge, he's playing in his home state. He's from Rock Island, about 90 miles from here, comes up with the interception. The Tulsa transfer has the Penguins in good shape here.
Yeah, you look at it, you see Tommy, they got him on a rollout, something he really just loves to do, and he just overshoots Daniel Sobkowitz, which is something you rarely see. They've developed so much chemistry together, and Sobkowitz is such a tall, lanky receiver with good catch span. And that's just something, a mistake you rarely see from veteran quarterback Tommy Rittenhouse. Big play for the Penguins.
The Penguins had only 7 takeaways all of last year. That's now their 9th takeaway here this season. So they've turned it up as far as that's concerned. John Hainline's defense comes up with a turnover, and so now it's 1st and 10 for the Penguins at the Illinois State 35, already up 3-0. And Brungard being chased. He's going to flip it out and just kind of save face there and throw it incompletion.
Garrett Steffen, nice pressure on Brungard right there. Showing a little speed for a defensive tackle, 6'4", 275. Being able to chase down Brungard, that's impressive. Get the pressure on him, make him throw the ball away. Now you got a 2nd and long.
Jaden Gilbert, the running back, was in the area of the pass. So it's 2nd down now. Again, from the Illinois State 35-yard line as the Penguins try to take advantage of the turnover. This is Gilbert now. Gets to the outside, and he's got the 1st down. He got a 10-yard gain there. Nice blocking. He angled towards the sidelines. Picks up 10. That's his first big carry here of the game.
Yeah, nice run here. Mason Kaplan can't get off of the block, and they just outflank him right there. You got to make sure that you keep that outside arm free and you turn everything inside, and that's something the Redbirds defense just couldn't do.
Gilbert averaging 5.2 yards per carry. 1st and 10 now from the Illinois State 25-yard line. Brungard with all kinds of time, and he throws to the end zone, and we've got 1 flag in the end zone and 1 flag in the backfield.
Some laundry on the field here, Kurt. See what the referees have to say about it.
Be pass interference on one end and maybe holding on the other. Brungard had all day.
Yeah, the Redbirds only rushed 3 there. Kind of spy on Brungard.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense, number 78. Pass interference, defense, number 39. Those fouls offset. Repeat 1st down.
That's David Hergard, our referee here. Another look at it.
Yeah, a little do-over right there, and you see, yeah, they just kind of tackle Illinois State defensive end, and then they say, hey, you tackled our guy, I'm going to tackle yours. So tackles on both sides of the balls. I think those were easy calls for the refs right there.
So we'll try it again from the 25. Brungard again with all kinds of time. This time he's going to flip it out. This is Gilbert, bumped out of bounds. Good coverage that time by Anthony Corona. He made a big stop on a 4th down play last week at Murray. Had a good game, comes up and makes the stop there for the Redbirds.
Yeah, Illinois State's playing a lot of zone. They rushed 4 that time. The front 4 right now is not getting enough pressure there. You'll see if Travis Niekamp maybe starts to heat up this Youngstown State offense and send a couple of blitzes.
Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6 now from the Illinois State 21-yard line. And again, it's Gilbert. He works the right side, picks up a couple. He stopped about the 19-yard line. A horde of Redbirds there to greet him on a short gain. It'll be 3rd down now for Youngstown State.
A nice job by the Redbirds right there, just getting population around the football. Just good pursuit. Everybody getting to the ball. Gang tackle. That's what you love to see for Illinois State.
The last time they faced a 3rd down, the Penguins were stopping earlier. They got a 30-yard run on a 3rd down play from quarterback Brungard. 3rd and 4. Brungard to pass over the middle. Has his receiver. That's a 1st down catch for Alex McDonald, the tight end. That's his 5th catch of the season and a 1st down for the Penguins. Keep the drive alive.
What a laser over the middle right there. Man, there was not much space there by Shavian Brown, but Brungard fitted in. Heck of a play over the middle, showing how he has developed as a passer and not just a runner, Kurt.
9-yard gain. Brungard now 4 of 7 for 30 yards on the afternoon. And now Youngstown State is at the 10-yard line. Run up the middle from Ethan Wright. Pick up maybe 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, good stop right there. Make sure you stay. Keep them a little bit behind the chains. You do not want to get down 10-0 in this game. If you give up a field goal, that's fine. But when you're down 10-0, you kind of scrap a little bit of the game plan. You can stick to it still, but you get a little nervous when it gets down by double digits.
The Redbird defense probably felt good holding Youngstown State to 3 points on the first drive. They take that again here if they can keep them out of the end zone. On 2nd down, again, Wright gets the call, and he bangs ahead to about the 5-yard line before his forward progress is stopped. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5.
Ty Niekamp in there on that stop with Dexter Niekamp. I mean, just a Niekamp sandwich right there, Kurt. Big 3rd down here for the Redbirds. Let's see if they can keep the Penguins out of the end zone right here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a run pass option here for Brungard for the Penguins.
We have Jaden Gilbert back in now as the lone setback, and 3 wide receivers. And Brungard throws in the area of Tom Zach, who makes the catch, but they're going to call it out of bounds, incomplete.
Nice job at Illinois State. You sent some pressure right there. Got Brungard off his spot, made him throw a rainbow over to Tom Zach, and he just didn't have the time to get his feet in bounds. Beautiful hold here by the Redbird defense.
So Listowka back on for his 2nd attempt here in the first quarter. Made good on a 32-yarder a moment ago. A whistle here before the snap.
Review.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete catch. The previous play is under further review.
Yeah, you called that one.
Yeah. Looked like he could have got 1 foot in there. That was close. And if he catches this, and it's still not a touchdown, but he'll be at the 1-yard line. And I think with a quarterback like Brungard, if this is at the 1-yard line, you got to think that Youngstown State's going to try to go for it here. See if we can get a second look at it here, Kurt. All it takes is 1 foot. Oh, it looks like 1 foot. Oh, that's close. Maybe have another angle. This angle could be. Yeah, I don't know if that's enough to overturn it, but it doesn't get much closer than that, Kurt.
I guess is his foot on the line
there.
That's probably, and it's hard. His left foot is inbounds, but does he have control of the ball at that point? His right foot is the one that's right on that line.
Man, if he wore size 12s instead of 13s today, I mean, that's probably inbounds without questioning it, but I don't know if there's enough evidence. It's all about the evidence to overturn this play. We got another angle for you guys, Kurt. Let's see here. 1 foot catch, that's a catch because the left foot was down. Yeah, that might be a touchdown.
Boy, this is a game of inches, isn't it?
If it's not a touchdown, this ball is going to be at the inch-yard line. Wow, that was a great angle right there. That last one really told the story. His left foot was inbounds right there when he caught the ball. The second one might be inbounds, might not be, but doesn't matter because it takes one.
After further review, the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass is upheld. 4th down.
Okay, well, there wasn't enough evidence.
Well, that's why they don't pay me to be a ref, Kurt, an official.
So the field goal unit will stay out here for the Penguins. Tomczak makes the catch, but right at the pylon, and the ruling is he does not get that foot down. And so this will be a short attempt here for Andrew Lastovka. Good special teams unit for the Penguins, and it's been that way for years. Their kicker's excellent. Brendan Kilpatrick, one of the top punters in the country. And Lastovka has been solid back there as a place kicker. He bangs that one through, and so the Penguins take advantage of the turnover. And they've got a 6-0 lead with 4:40 to play here in the first quarter at Illinois State.
Look closely at this truck. You'll see hard work.
Of 32 and 23 yards. That last one capping off a 9-play, 30-yard scoring drive after the interception. And it's 6-0 Youngstown State, and the Penguins will kick back to the Redbirds. They take advantage of the takeaway and put 3 more points on the board.
Yeah, big drive here for the Redbirds. Got to be able to see if they can respond, hopefully get something going on the ground, open up the pass game, get the ball to your main man, Daniel Sopkowitz. But down 6-0. Got to respond here for the Birds.
Winkers right gets the kick at the 17-yard line, brings it out to about the 35. He had a big kick return last week of 80 yards, but this one's a short one. Redbirds will have the football when we come back.
Media, timeout.
Saturday here in Normal, Illinois. The Redbirds 11-4 in their last 15 homecomings. And by the way, they played Youngstown State 4 times on homecomings, so the Penguins have been a popular opponent. And the Redbirds are trying to make amends for their 2024 homecoming loss to North Dakota State 1 year ago. It's 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. And good read option that time from Rittenhouse as he keeps it. He picks up about 7. He ran out of bounds right on the Youngstown State sideline, and there seemed to be a collision over there. He picked up 7 on the run. But it was after the play that was drawing some ire from Redbird fans.
Great job by Rittenhouse here pulling the zone read, but it looks like you can't see it there, but it looked like, and I'm not going to speculate here, but he took a little bit of a shot in the sidelines, Kurt.
They give him 6 on the run, so it's 2nd and 4 now. Ball moved up to the 39-yard line. This is Winker's right as he bangs ahead for a couple. They'll leave 3rd and short, about 3rd and 2. We've played, what, 11 plus minutes, and the Redbirds have only had 4 offensive plays.
Yeah, that's not how they saw this game playing out early. Some good push there by the offensive line. Obviously, you want to see more. This Youngstown State defensive line is a little bit underrated. I mean, they're better than people think. They got some big boys up there, and it's tough to open up some holes.
3rd and 2 for the Redbirds. Their first look at a 3rd down play here on the offensive side. And it's Winker's right, and he just puts his head down and he gets to that marker. In fact, they're going to give him a 1st down.
Nice job by Winker's right. We call that yards after contact. He was contacted before the 1st down, and by the end of the play, he had the 1st down. And that's what he does. He's a tough runner, and he will get you those hard, dirty yards.
First down of the game for the Redbird offense here. Under 3 minutes to go here, first quarter. It's right again. Almost the same play that we just saw. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Coming up to make the stop, Preston Zandier, the number 2 tackler on this team. He's a senior from Pittsburgh. And there's no gain on the play.
Yeah, no gain on the play. It looks to me like they're paying some extra attention to Daniel Sopkowitz. You're seeing a safety over the top, a cornerback over there as well. So I don't think they're going to give you any cheap completions to Sopkowitz, and we'll see if Illinois State can react to that.
3 receivers to the right now of Rittenhouse on 2nd down. Steps up in the pocket. He's being chased, and he's finally dragged down. Good pursuit. Mike Wells, the linebacker, comes up and makes the play on Rittenhouse. And he did not make it back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of a couple here.
Nice trap coverage, cover 2 right here by Youngstown State. Tommy Rittenhouse has to step up on the run. Just nothing was open downfield for him. Everybody was covered. Great job by this defensive backfield for Youngstown State.
And the Penguins are playing without Dathan Hickey. He's a transfer from Yale. He's injured, so he didn't make the trip. But you're right, the secondary has held its own so far against Illinois State. It's on 3rd and 12 now. And the pass is intended for Maylander, and it's off of his hands and incomplete. So a stop for that Penguins defense.
A big stop there. Tommy maybe a little bit high for Maylander. Maylander created a little bit of separation. Maybe wants to come down with that one. He's done such a good job with the transfer of Xavier Lloyd of being that 2nd option to Sopkowitz, but just couldn't connect right there. And now the Redbirds are going to punt, already down 6 in the 1st quarter.
Justin Wimpy, good coverage that time for the Penguins. And we'll see Illinois State punter Hayden Futch for the first time. 42.8-yard average. Tomczak is back to receive the kick. Max Tomczak takes it at the 11-yard line. We've got a flag down, 2 flags down. He brings it across the 21. But there are 2 flags on the play here.
Be a block in the back, Kurt.
If the name Max Tomczak sounds familiar, yes, his uncle Mike played for the Chicago Bears and that Super Bowl team back in the 80s and is still around the program. He's an advisor for the Penguins and one of the reasons why Max Tomczak is even playing with the Penguins. Here's the call.
During the return, holding, return team, number 12. Half the distance from the spot of the foul. First down.
So they're going to move the ball back inside the Youngstown State 10-yard line. The Penguins will have the football. When we come back, they've got a 6-0 lead at Illinois State.
Dear Friday.
Penguins offensive unit out for its third possession here in the first quarter. Do you believe? Fourth in FCS rushing a game, sixth in FCS rushing touchdowns. His resume is good. He's added the passing game to an already solid running game, and his team's got a 6-0 lead. But this possession starts at the 8-yard line after the penalty on the punt. Brungard's going to keep. He's being chased by Dwyer, and he gets to the edge before he's pushed down.
Man, is he quick. He's just a defensive coordinator's nightmare. Because you can make the right call, the player's in the right position, but he just goes so fast from 0 to 60 that he's tough to chase down. I mean, he's as quick as a running back in this league, Kurt.
Patrick Bauer was right there with him, but he was able to turn the corner. And
acceleration.
Yeah. Move the ball out to about the 13-yard line here. Pickup of 5, so it's going to be 2nd down, 5. This time Gilbert has it. He dives ahead. He's close to a first down, maybe a yard short. And so it'll be 3rd and a yard.
A nice tackle there by Jack Dwyer. He came on a little bit of a delayed blitz there and hit him in the hole to create the 3rd and short.
It's a big play here, and it's going to be our first play of the second quarter as time runs out here. Youngstown State with a couple of field goals has a 6-0 lead. We'll head to the second quarter. The Penguins will face 3rd and 1 when we come back. 6-0. Youngstown State leads Illinois State here at Hancock Stadium. Weekends just got better at the Barrel House. They're now serving brunch every Saturday and Sunday. Think mimosas, scratch-made classics, bold southern flavors with a twist. Whether you're craving avocado toast, stuffed French toast, a spicy Bloody Mary, or good vibes with friends, brunch is on at the Barrel House. Saturdays and Sundays at 8. Come hungry, leave happy at the Barrel House. On third down, the Penguins are moving the pile here, and they're going to get that first down on the ground.
Yeah, that was just a nice play by that big offensive line. Zach Keene, the center, was just moving people right there. He started 15 games here for the Penguins and 14 straight. He's just a big-time player. He's only a sophomore, 6'4", 305. Best is yet to come for him.
And so they move the chains on that third down conversion and move the ball out to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Gilbert's in motion. Brungard looks his way and then gets wrapped up. The Redbirds send pressure, and that's Jake Anderson. That's going to be his second sack of the season.
Look at Jake Anderson right here. He's just vicious, and he just throws Isaac Perkins, a veteran player for the Youngstown State Penguins, to the side and gets a big TFL right there. Exactly what Illinois State needed.
Loss of 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 12. Right now, the total yard number, Youngstown State 105, Illinois State 9.
Wow.
Penguins have dominated the time of possession and so far the yardage, but they face 2nd and 12 now. And Brungard has all kinds of time, but no receiver. Then he flips it out, and it's Gilbert who makes a nice running catch right about the 40-yard line. And so he waited and waited and waited, and then Gilbert was out in the open and flipped him the ball. Now we do have a penalty marker down.
Jamarcus Smith, he made him make a decision. He waited. Are you going to come up and tackle him, or are you going to let him throw the football? He decided to trigger and try to tackle a quarterback, and he threw it over his head.
The play, it's a first down. Sideline warning, Illinois State. This is a warning with no yardage penalty.
Okay, so just a sideline warning there. First down for the Penguins. They've moved the ball from inside their own 10-yard line where the drive started now out to their 38 after a couple of first downs. Brungard to throw again. He's going to run it, though, with no receiver open. He's crossing midfield to about the 49-yard line, and that'll be another Youngstown State first down, and that's when he is really at his best, and he's a real weapon in that kind of a situation.
Illinois State sends a blitz, and they send some defensive backs because they're the only guys that are fast enough to tackle this guy, but you got to keep contained. If Brungard breaks contain, he is going to hurt you, and that's exactly what happened, and that's exactly what he did.
That's the 8th first down of this opening half for the Penguins. The Redbirds only have 1. And on first down, a little play action. Brungard again with some time. And he's going to run it this time. Got a nice block upfield, and again angled out of bounds. That's a nice gain.
This guy is just so hard to stop. You have good coverage downfield. The next thing you know, a little crease opens up, and he's just going to take it for 15.
Shane Keenan, offensive lineman, made the nice block upfield, and that was a pickup of 14. And another Penguins first down. Brungard's going to flip it out. He's got his running back that comes out of the backfield that makes the play. That's Ethan Bright, and he's got another first down, a pickup of 12. Ball down to the Illinois State 20-yard line. That's his 6th catch of the year.
Yeah, this was a nice job here by Brungard. Just hitting him in stride right there is so important. If you make him break stride, he might not get that much yardage, might be a 5-yard gain, but because you're able to put it on his front pad, keep him running, keep him in stride, he's able to make it a big gain.
Eighth play of the drive that started at the Youngstown State 8. And Brungard's going to flip it out again. He's got the same wide receiver that he caught the last one, and that's Wright. It's actually a running back that dives ahead inside the 10. Boy, he turned that into a nice gain too.
Playing physical, breaking tackles. Youngstown State is just coming out here motivated. Nice play right there. That's just yards after catch, yards after contact. A lot of times those plays right there are the difference between winning and losing.
And it's 1st and goal now for the Penguins, who had this scenario at the end of the first quarter, but the Redbirds stopped them and forced a field goal. Now it's Brungard on the keeper, and he's inside the 5-yard line. 5-yard gain.
Yeah, right now it just seems like Youngstown State is the more physical team. It was a good block right there by Joe Sefra, the senior offensive lineman, or excuse me, junior offensive lineman from Boardman, Ohio. This offensive line is having a day.
Yeah, Brungard already with 88 yards on the ground on 10 carries and has his team inside the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal from the 4. Design run now for Brungard. He's going to work the sideline, and he's angled out at about the 2.
Yeah, nice job by Mason Kaplan right there, not letting him get in. 2nd and 4. Third and 2, excuse me.
And here we go again. Redbird defense trying to dig in and force another field goal attempt. And the Penguins trying to score in that end zone for the first time.
Here, Kurt.
Indeed a big play. 3rd and goal from the Illinois State 2-yard line. Gilbert in the game is the lone setback now. Brungard's going to keep it. Run behind Gilbert. He stays on his feet, but he stops short of the goal line. He's down to the 1.
Decision time for the Penguins, Coach Jefferson.
What do you do here? Offense is staying on the field.
Offense is staying on the field. I love this call by Youngstown State. The message it sends to your players saying, we are here to win this game. We are not just here to score field goals, kick field goals. We have a chance to really take charge right here.
They're excellent on 4th down. 11 of 16 for 69% on 4th down this year. They're number 2 in the country in 4th down conversions. 4th and goal. Brungard to keep it. Dives ahead. The signal is touchdown, Youngstown State.
What a call right there to go for it. Nerves of steel and give it to your big-time quarterback. Brungard gets in, breaks the plane. Good push from the offensive line. Coach Jefferson's got to be happy with that.
That's a great drive that started at the 8-yard line.
Wow.
And results in the first touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion attempt here for Youngstown State. Just 1 of 2 in 2-point conversions on the season. Wilson, little flea flicker as he pitches it back. And the ball is free. It came out. It was Fresh Walters who had it, but it appears that he was stopped at the goal line. The ball came free, so the 2-point conversion is no good. And it's a 12-0 game. Youngstown State with its first touchdown.
The runner was short of the goal line. PAT is no good.
So Brungard gets the touchdown, but the Penguins fail on the 2-point attempt, and we're at 12-0 here.
I think they're going to try to see if he broke the plane before the fumble. It looked like he was in. I mean, last time I was wrong, Kurt, so I don't want to draw any conclusions.
Don't want to gamble with it.
Oh, wait a minute.
So that's a 13-play, 92-yard drive that took 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Wow. Big drive for the Penguins. They lead this one 12-0. We'll step aside here with 8:49 to play until halftime.
Ruling on the field that the runner was down short of the goal line. The previous play is under further review.
Okay, we thought we were going to take a break, but now since there's a challenge, we will sit tight and see what the ruling on the play is.
I'm 0 for 1 right now, but I think this one's pretty cut and dry. His arm was across the plane. As soon as you break the plane of that goal line with possession, that's over. The play's over. You scored the touchdown, so I think this should be a quick one. Youngstown State scores the 2-point conversion, and it should be 14-0 Penguins, because he's still got the ball. He's across the plane. I mean, no debate in that one. So I think it will be 14-0. Kurt, what are you seeing?
Well, it's a double reverse. It was Flash Wilson who had it, handed it off then to Fresh Walters, who came around. Might be looking at where the contact was made with his body. Was it down before the arm was stretched across? Oh, they've had some tricky calls here right at the goal line. One for Youngstown State on a pass to Max Tomczak, which was ruled an out-of-bounds play, so there was nothing there. And then this one, I think, is a little tighter. I think this one's a more difficult call than the last one that we saw with Tomczak. And that was hard, too.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, I was off on that one. Let's see if I'm 0 for 2 or 1 for 2. And what couple names we got here? Fresh Walters, Flash Wilson.
Yeah.
These are football names,
These
man.
are.
Especially wide receivers. Fresh and Flash. Gotta love that.
Yeah, on the same play.
Fresh to Flash.
Well, Youngstown State has dominated this game here, and we'll see what the verdict is.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. No good.
I'm 0 for
Media
2,
timeout.
Kurt.
They are going to keep you up in the booth and not give you stripes, that's for sure. 12-0 Youngstown State. We're back in a moment. Bo Brungard already with 92 yards rushing.
Wow.
And he's in the end zone on that 2-yard run on 4th down. And so it's now a 12-0 lead after the 2-point conversion failed. But the Penguins have just dominated this game so far here in the first half. And the kick is away and will not be taken back. It'll be a touchback, and we will step aside. 8 minutes and 49 seconds to play here, second quarter. Youngstown State 12, Illinois State nothing.
It's the dream we all share, to be anything and go anywhere.
outstanding quarterback.
Yeah, Kurt, how about Bo Brungard holding the Missouri Valley rushing record? Coach Phillips told me the team feels good when the ball is in his hands. He's strong, fast, competitive, and the Penguins know Brungard will do whatever it takes to win. Phillips said, hey, if he rushes for 0 yards and they still win, Brungard will be happy. He's a selfish guy, but he's definitely rushed for more than that so far. 92 yards rushing. Coach Spack recognized that Brungard would be a pain to deal with. He said Bo's a strong runner. He can change direction at any time. He plays like a big running back. He throws well on the run. You could talk about him all day. Spack said the Redbirds have to try to find a way to get Brungard to be uncomfortable. Kurt?
Thanks, Casey. Victor Dawson in the game for the first time now for Illinois State. An 8-yard run on his first carry. And this time it's Rittenhouse on the read option, and he's around the end, and he's got a big gain, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
Illinois State used a little bit of hurry up right there to keep the Penguins off guard. You see this in one of those zone read plays. You read the end man of the line of scrimmage. He crashes. So Tommy Rittenhouse says, thank you very much. I'll take that. And now the Redbirds are going to hurry up again.
32-yard gain for Rittenhouse, Illinois State's best offensive play of the afternoon. Now on play action, Rittenhouse to throw. Nobody to throw it to, but now he's got a man, and it's Maylander who was able to shake free of his defender, and he's got a first down catch of 10 yards.
Beautiful route by Maylander, spun his defender like a top right there to get open. I mean, he was open probably 2 seconds before he actually got the ball from Rittenhouse. Illinois State using tempo once again.
Move the ball down to Youngstown State's 25-yard line. And we've got a whistle that's going to kill this play before it starts.
Ball start. Offense. Number 70. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
22 catches on the season now for Luke Maylander. He's had a nice freshman year, as you mentioned, a nice compliment to Daniel Sobkowitz. When Sobkowitz gets all the attention from the defense, somebody has to come up and make plays, and it's been Maylander.
Yeah, you need that, so you can't just roll your coverages towards Sobkowitz every play and double team him. You can't do that because of Luke Maylander.
1st and 15 now for Illinois State with Rittenhouse to throw. And there's Sobkowitz with his first catch, and he's right at the marker for another first down for the Redbirds.
Only a matter of time. Nice little comeback route there for Sobkowitz. Pitch and catch. I've seen this so often. Tommy Rittenhouse, Daniel Sobkowitz. Sobkowitz takes the big hit, gets the Redbird first down.
His 39th catch of the season. Redbirds now inside the 15-yard line of Youngstown State. Dawson the carry, but he's going to be wrapped up right about the line of scrimmage, maybe dive ahead for a yard.
And they really haven't been able to get anything going on the ground with the running backs. Hit the one run by Winkers for about 10 yards. Besides that, Kurt, it's been Tommy Rittenhouse and through the air is the only way they're moving this football.
Sobkowitz now close to 3,000 receiving yards for his career. He started the day 16 yards shy of that number. Javon Charles with his second touchdown catch in as many weeks on a beautiful pass from Tommy Rittenhouse.
You know what they call that little celebration, Kurt? They call it the gritty. And you know what else I love, Kurt? The ball going to the tight end. Look at Tommy Rittenhouse. Couldn't get any closer. Almost deflected, almost intercepted. Javon Charles reaches out and plucks it with those big hands. 6 points for the Redbirds.
His 6th catch of the year is his 2nd touchdown catch of the season. So the Redbirds put together a terrific scoring drive. 6 plays, 75 yards. They needed something, and they get a shot in the arm from a scoring drive capped off by a Javon Charles touchdown catch. Redbirds are on the board. It's 12-7 Youngstown State with 6:49 to play in the half. Redbirds with a nice scoring drive. Daniel Sopkowitz with a catch on that drive. They did give him 16 yards. I thought he was a yard shy of that. So now he's at 3,000 for his career, right on the money. He was 16 yards shy of that mark coming in, but now he's reached the 3,000-yard mark. And that touchdown number keeps going up. The yardage keeps going up. Obviously, he's number 2 all-time in reception, but could catch the number 1. I mean, he is moving up the charts here at Illinois State. Former walk-on. What a big player he's been for Illinois State. It's going to be a short kick. They didn't want Flash to get his hands on that, so it's Gilbert that takes it. But evidently there was a fair catch. Mark that ball inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. Trying to keep that ball away from Wilson.
Ruling on the field, there was an invalid signal given. The ball was dead where recovered. First down.
There we go. We were talking about that before the game, the invalid fair catch sign. So the ball is going to be inside the Youngstown State 20-yard line.
Let's see if the Redbirds can stop Brungard here. Defensive coordinators have headaches over running quarterbacks like this, Kurt, because not only can he do the designed quarterback runs, you have an answer for those. There are things you can do schematically to stop those. As far as scrambles are concerned, there's not. Sometimes holes just open up and a guy like him can beat you. 5
receivers in this setup here. They're going to go to Wilson. He catches the screen pass. He's got some blockers and he does a nice job picking up some yardage after the catch.
Boy, can he move. Yeah, I see why he's so dynamic, and he's someone the coaching staff talks about wanting to get the ball to. A ton of all-purpose yards, whether it's punts, kicks, handoffs, screens. They like to get the ball in his hand.
3rd catch of the afternoon. He's got 24 on the season now. A transfer from Slippery Rock. He and Mike Solomon, both coming from Slippery Rock to the Youngstown State program, and they've been a nice little pop here for the Penguins offense. And this time they give it to Wilson on a little end around, and he's got enough yardage for a first down.
Yeah, nice run there. Nicely blocked by the Penguins as well. And not only is he fast, he's a guy, Flash, he's a guy that will deliver a pop. He's a physical runner too, and as an offensive lineman, tight end, you love that. You love when you know a guy's going to lower his shoulder to get you those extra couple yards.
Wilson and Mike Sullivan both came from Slippery Rock to Youngstown when wide receiver coach Chris Perry came to Youngstown. So he brought him with him from Slippery Rock. And again, nice additions to this Penguins offense. And they've got a first down from the 38-yard line. And Brungard's going to roll and throw, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Alex McDonald, who already has a catch here this afternoon, and that's an incomplete pass there.
Nice coverage right there by Anthony Corona, I believe. That was as tight as you can get. Tighter than a lid on a pickle jar. Kurt, there was no space. Nice job to force 2nd and long. Stay ahead of the chains defensively. Make this Youngstown State team have to do something downfield.
Yeah, Corona was a guy that the defensive coaches for Illinois State said played well in last week's game. And so it's carried over here to this week. Second and 10 now from the 34. Brungard surveys the landscape and then throws it away.
You're starting to see the Illinois State defense. Yeah, they're asking for a little bit of a intentional grounding, not going to get it, but you're starting to see.
There was no foul for intentional grounding. There was a receiver in the area.
No foul for intentional grounding. You're starting to see him rush, but make sure that they are keeping a cup on the pocket here, a little semicircle, so Brungard can't get out and run and kill you on the ground.
Redbird fans on their feet trying to cheer on this defense, see if they can get a stop here and get the football back. 3rd and 10 from the 38. Penguins 3 of 6 on 3rd down so far. Screen pass. Flash Wilson makes the play, and he's wrapped up immediately. The Redbirds this time were not fooled, and that's another big stop from Dorian DeBose. He had a big game last week with an interception. In fact, the defensive coordinator, Travis Niekamp, said that was his best game as a Redbird, and he made a big stop here.
Yeah, what a call by Travis Niekamp. He sent a little bit of a blitz, but a little bit of a bluff, too. On that left side of the formation, the linebackers popped out, and there was really nowhere for Flash Wilson to go. Great call, great play.
Brendan Kilpatrick, one of the best punters in the country, led the country in net punt yards last year with a gigantic kick that rolls into the end zone.
Nice job by Eddie Casper right there.
Well, he averages 47 yards, and that kick average is going to go up with a big boomer, but it's in the end zone, so it'll be a touchback for the Redbirds.
First time they've been able to really hold run guard in check right there, Kurt. You saw they came to the sideline. They made some adjustments there. Their pass rush. Hey, don't run past the quarterback. Get to his level. Stay even. Don't leave these big holes for him to run through, because he's a scrambler, and they haven't seen a guy like him. I know North Dakota State, you had a kid that could run the football, but he's just so quick that he will kill you if you don't keep your relationship correct with the line of scrimmage.
After the 67-yard punt rolls into the end zone, it's a touchback. Illinois State has the football now on its 20-yard line. And Rittenhouse to throw again. Home run ball, looking for Sobkowicz. Collision at midfield, and penalty flags on it.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7, 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
The Redbirds wanted to get Daniel Sobkowicz more involved after he was silent in that first quarter, and now he's a factor again.
Yeah, absolutely. That ball was underthrown. Good job by Sobkowicz coming back to the ball and making an effort to go get it and earn that pass interference.
First down, Illinois State, ball at the 35-yard line. Rittenhouse throws. Maylander juggling, incomplete. Threw it behind him, but he had his hands on it. Good coverage that time from Justin Wimpy. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, Tommy Rittenhouse knows he can get him a better ball there, but as a tight end, receivers, our rule was always, if you get your hands on it, you got to catch it. You know, I know the quarterback's got to get a better ball, but you'd like to see Luke Maylander, the big-time player he is, come down with that one.
On second down, Rittenhouse rolling, looking, keeping it. Got a block from Javon Charles after about a 6-yard pickup, so the Redbirds will face 3rd and 4.
Good coverage downfield. Everything was covered. Good relationship with the quarterback. Nowhere for him to go. Excellent job by Youngstown State to force this 3rd down right here.
Rittenhouse now 4 carries for 42 yards. And now Illinois State faces a big 3rd down play. Redbirds 1 of 2 here this afternoon on 3rd down, and Rittenhouse to throw. He's got time, and it's an incomplete pass. He was going again in the direction of Sobkowicz, and it's Wimpy again on the coverage, and he knocked that one down. 4th down, Illinois State.
Youngstown State only rushed 3. Kind of surprised the Redbirds. A few more defensive players in those passing lanes. Nowhere for Tommy Rittenhouse to go. Nice call there by the Youngstown State defense.
So Hayden Futch is back on the field for his 2nd punt of the game. Both defenses coming up with big stops here. Redbirds did on the last Youngstown series, and now the Penguins return the favor on the Illinois State offense. Kick is away. Tomczak signals for a fair catch, but it's over his head, and it's inside the 10-yard line, down at the 5.
What a kick, Kurt.
Terrific kick. That'll be his 7th punt of over 50 yards.
It's like that old lob shot in golf, man. He just hits it there, and it just bounces and stays right on the green. 5 yards from the cup.
54-yard punt down at the 6-yard line.
Wow.
And here's that field position game now. You talk about those kind of hidden yards that don't necessarily jump out of you when you look at the box score, but again, if the Redbird defense does its job and then maybe you can get a punt deep in Youngstown State territory, you got a much shorter field. Now there's only 3:52 to go here in the half.
Yeah, your defense just had a big stop. Let's see if they can come back and do it again. They look a lot more disciplined in the rush lanes, not letting Brungard get out and run. Big drive here.
1st and 10 for Youngstown State from its own 6-yard line, and Brungard to throw. He's got Tomczak who makes the catch at the 10, and then nice yards after the catch. He turns it upfield right at the sticks, and they're going to move him. So at about a 10, 11-yard gain on the play for Max Tomczak on a first down for the Penguins. They've got a little more breathing room now.
Oh, perfect call right there. Quick hitter to your All-American receiver, Tomczak. Get on the ball, get it out fast, give yourself some breathing room. Now you got a drive going.
The career leader in receptions after 4 catches last week. 188 in his career coming into the game. He's got 3 here this afternoon. Brungard again to the sidelines. That's Solomon who comes over and makes the catch. Mike Solomon from Maryland. We already mentioned him. He's a transfer from Slippery Rock and also from Notre Dame, Ohio. And so he's got some experience, and he makes a nice play there.
Yeah, he had his first touchdown last week as a Penguin. He's definitely coming on as a playmaker, a guy they trust to catch the football, run the right route. He's one of those trusty receivers that'll always be in the right spot.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Clock running now at 3 minutes to go in the half. The Redbirds are going to stop the run here. Coming up and making a play right at the line of scrimmage was Reese Edwards. He was waiting that time for Gilbert.
Reese Edwards just playing physical football, and you know Travis Niekamp loves to see that. It's always talking about his team playing physical there. That's exactly what he did. Shedded a block, made a big tackle on a power play, 2 guards pulling. Great stop by the Birds.
Travis Niekamp said earlier this week that his defense doesn't have a great deal of confidence right now, and it needs to have a game where it can regain the confidence. This might do it. 3rd and 6. Brungard steps up. Now he's going to run it. And he is angled out right at about the 25-yard line, and he's going to be just shy of that first down marker.
Brungard, the ball carrier. Back out of bounds by Shadwell.
Yeah, they're going to put it at the 26. The yard to gain was the 27. And it's going to be 4th down.
Offense is staying on the field here for the Penguins. A 2-minute timeout coming up, but we'll see what happens after that.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Youngstown State has the football, but they face a 4th and 1. 12-7. Penguins lead the Redbirds.
Dear Friday.
Halftime, we'll have our halftime report, which will include stats and highlights from the first half here, analysis, and a look at the other games around the Missouri Valley Conference in our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. That's all coming up at the half. The punt unit is on. Doug Phillips not going to roll the dice with 4th and 1 in his own territory. And so it's going to be another big kick here from Kilpatrick that's fielded by Eddie Casper at about the 28-yard line. He dives ahead for a short gain of maybe 3 or 4 after the kick. So the Redbirds will have it with 1:52 remaining here in the first half.
Nice job by Eddie Casper. Obviously, he doesn't get much yardage there, but just coming up and catching that football, because if that ball bounces, rolls another 10, 15 yards, field position's just huge right there. You could have saved 15, 20 yards.
Tommy Rittenhouse brings the offense out, trying to get some points on the board here before the end of the half. They're going to run it on first down, and this is Dawson, and he's ahead for about a gain of 3, and the clock runs.
Yeah, not much doing up there up the middle. They haven't been able to get the run game going at all here. Might have to start doing this through the air.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Rittenhouse in the pocket, throws it, and it's in and out of the hands of the defender, DJ Harris, who had a clean look at a pick.
DJ Harris is going to have some nightmares about this one. And the ball's there. I mean, he's behind him.
Timeout.
Player down here for the Redbirds. But if he can get it up and over that defender, you could have had something cooking there for the Redbirds.
Brandon Smith, the left tackle, is the player that's down for Illinois State. Getting looked at. Yeah, Rittenhouse already has thrown an interception. He's done a nice job hanging onto the football and protecting the football, just his 3rd pick of the year, but he was already intercepted in this game, and that could have been number 2.
It was close. It was close. They caught a break right there. Big 3rd down coming up, and obviously we hope the big left tackle, Brandon Smith, is okay.
Yeah, he's been steady, a transfer from Western Michigan, senior from Indianapolis. The Redbirds last week amazingly used only 5 linemen for the whole game, and you just don't see that in this day and age. But that unit, with Jack McGarry back now at center, because he missed some time, didn't really see any sort of substitution. Try to get this 315-pound lineman up. But that's been kind of an underrated aspect of the Illinois State offense, is how well they have protected the quarterback. They've only been sacked 6 times, Rittenhouse, this year, and got to give a lot of credit to that Redbird offensive line.
Yeah, they've done a real good job, and some new faces on that line after last year, really stepping up, and it's obviously a big loss. Not sure exactly what's wrong with the big fellow right now, and looks like his backup would be Mark Helm, a redshirt freshman from Springfield, Illinois. Might need to get the card out for the big fella here. Might be what they're looking to do if you can't walk off with the help of some of the training staff.
So the Redbirds again will face 3rd and 7 when play resumes. There's 1:27 to go here. And now you got the interesting scenario with Youngstown State that if the Penguins defense gets a stop here, you know, how much time is left on the clock for them to try to add to their lead?
Yeah.
If
exactly.
the Redbirds can't convert.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts, so this would be more than enough time if they get a stop here to go down the field, especially with the quarterback as dangerous as Brungard. He can run, he can pass, do a lot of different things in the 2-minute situation.
Got him up. I've got the Gator out there to try to get him off the field here. Gingerly making his way to it. 6'4", 315-pound senior, again from Indianapolis, a transfer who has really had a steady year for the Redbirds in that left tackle spot. Already playing with a knee brace that you see. Teammates here trying to encourage him as he'll be taken off the field. Always hate to see this part of the game.
Yeah, he's visibly upset. His teammates coming over, he's trying to show support, trying to let him know to pick him up and be there for him here. Tough part of the game of football right here.
Nice round of applause here. All right, so the Redbirds now look at 3rd and 7. Again, from the 34-yard line, a big play here at the end of the half.
Real big play, and you want to wonder, with your left tackle out, with a near interception on the last play, how much confidence do you have throwing the ball here with your own 35-yard line, and you just want to run it, maybe make the Penguins burn one of their 3 timeouts they got remaining.
3rd and 7. Dawson stays in the backfield. Rittenhouse to throw. Downfield for Sobko, it's incomplete. 4th down for the Redbirds, so a stop for that Penguin defense. And the clock stops with 1:22 to go in the half.
Sobkovic looks a little sore, jogging off the field, maybe a shoulder injury. Hopefully he's okay. Kind of holding that thing at his side. It's a ball that Sobkovic normally catches as well.
So Hayden Funch back on. He's going to punt from his own 20-yard line. Tomczak is back to receive. He signals a fair catch and makes the play at the 25. So 1:17 to play here in the half. Plenty of time left on the clock here now for the Penguins. See if they can add to their 12-7 advantage. All 3 timeouts still in the hip pocket of head coach Doug Phillips in his 6th year. And again, we mentioned how many of these Youngstown State, Illinois State games just seem to go down to the wire here. And this one is kind of shaping up to be that way. After a 12-0 Youngstown State lead, the Redbirds answer with a touchdown here in the second half and kind of steal some of that momentum back. But the Penguins might be able to get a little counterpunch here late in the quarter. They flip the ball out, and again, this is the running back who's been very active in catching the ball today, Ethan Wright, and he's across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. He's made a couple of big plays catching those dump-off passes here.
Excellent call by offensive coordinator Mike Urich.
So on 2nd and 10, now throwing deep, looking for Tomczak, and just overthrew his intended receiver.
And he had a step right there, and that was close. Just overthrew him. Nice break there for ISU.
You mentioned offensive coordinator Mike Yursich. This is his first season with the Penguins, but he's got some nice teams on his resume. Worked for Ohio State, Penn State, Oklahoma State, Texas. See what he's got in his playbook here in the minute that's left in this half. 2nd and 10 now from the 47-yard line. And Brungard over the middle, tipped pass, and it's intercepted. The Redbirds get a takeaway here. It's C.J. Richard. He was on the play, playing defense on the pass to Tomczak, and here he comes up with the pick.
What a nice play. They say tips and overthrows, got to get those. And this ball is tipped high for Tomczak. Just a poor throw by Brungard right there. You haven't seen many of those today. And like you said, C.J. Richard Jr., the redshirt freshman from Texas, has a big gift given to him, and an interception for Illinois State offense puts them in a situation now, Kurt. They got all 3 timeouts, 49 seconds, ball inside the 50-yard line. See if they can get some points before this halftime ends.
Brungard with just his 2nd interception of the season. Now the Redbirds create their 10th turnover of the season, their 7th interception, and they've got the football now in Youngstown State territory. Rittenhouse, draw play, big yards, across the 30 down to the 26.
Rittenhouse says, Brungard, I've been seeing you run, and guess what? I can run too. Looks like Illinois State's going to take a timeout. We'll look at a replay right here. You said it, Kurt. Just a quarterback draw. Nice job by the offensive line opening up the hole. And we know how explosive Tommy Rittenhouse can be on the ground.
21-yard gain for Rittenhouse. And Tommy now for the afternoon has 5 carries for 63 yards. So we're seeing both these quarterbacks put up some nice rushing totals. And the Redbirds are real close, if not already in field goal range here. But with 43 seconds left, they're thinking about more than 3 points for sure.
Yeah, and they still got a couple of timeouts. So could run the ball. You know, probably going to see some more passes here through the air, quarterback runs, but full playbook is open right now.
Winkers right back in the game now for Illinois State. Rittenhouse avoids 1, but not a second. We've got a flag on the play. There's a sack. Excellent play that time by the Youngstown State pass rush. Coming in and making a stop there is Connor Johannesson, but we've got a marker on the field. There may have been a face mask on the play here.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 56. Half the distance from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
Well, Johannesson was the man that made the sack on the play, and that's the reason why he was visibly upset after it, because being called for the face mask here.
Yeah, a little break for Illinois State right there.
Ball move now inside the Penguin 15-yard line, and Rittenhouse sets up a screen. This is Winkers right. Touchdown, Illinois State.
What a call by Tony Peterson. Haven't seen much in the screen game all day. Perfect time to make that call. Winkers right, catches the ball as smooth as any running back, and you'll see it right here, Kurt. Get the big old line out in front. Nice job, Winkers right, running it in for 6 for Illinois State to take the lead.
This is Matt Maldonado on for the point after. The Redbirds were down 12-0 at one point, and they've scored 14 in a row for a 14-12 lead. The Redbirds taking advantage of the interception, just like Youngstown State did. They had an interception of Tommy Rittenhouse in the first half and turned it into 3 points, but the Redbirds get an interception here in the second half, or I'm sorry, the second quarter. They get the pick from C.J. Richard, and they turn that into a touchdown.
Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. If you play clean football, you usually have a good chance of winning football games. Turn the ball over, and getting points off of those turnovers is huge too.
And it took just 2 plays to go 47 yards because the Redbirds took advantage of the penalty yardage as well.
Yep.
So Winkers right with his 5th catch of the season and his first touchdown reception of the year has given Illinois State a 14-12 advantage. The kick is a short one, and it's a fair catch at about the 27-yard line. Brock Spack's team has scored 14 in a row. We will hear from him as he leaves the field. Our Casey Standaha working the sidelines. We'll have a quick interview with him and get his thoughts on how they've turned the tables here on the Penguins. Down 12-0, have now posted back-to-back second quarter touchdowns for the lead.
31 seconds here. You still got all 3 timeouts here for Youngstown State. They're going to try to see if they can get some field goal range, take back the lead before the half.
He'll keep it on the ground with Gilbert. He'll work the left side and not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Redbirds were waiting there for him. Mason Kaplan again in on another tackle.
Or they'll run the ball up the middle and take it into half.
Yeah. He might be content with going to the locker room and coming up with a game plan for the second half. Good first quarter for the Penguins. Good second quarter for the Redbirds. And we're going to head to the half with Illinois State leading Youngstown State 14-12. We thought it was going to be a competitive football game. We thought it would be a close football game, and that's what we're getting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what you expect from 2 teams, hard-nosed teams, play physical, tough ball.
At one point in the game, Illinois State was being outgained 110-9. But right now in the total yards, say Youngstown State 240 and Illinois State 131. So they still have 100 fewer yards of offense, but they have the lead. And Brock Spack will take that. He's standing by right now with our Casey Standaha.
Yeah, Coach, this game has certainly shifted in your favor here in the last 2 minutes. A heads-up tip by your defense leads to an interception and a touchdown. How does this add to the momentum for your team in the second half?
Well, it's great because we got the ball to start the second half. That's kind of what we wanted to come out. We've been the middle eight's important to us. If we can, we're going to defer and take the ball in the second half. So that's what, we need some good things to happen to us here. Youngstown, the quarterback, is really, really good, and he's been killing us with a scramble on third down, and we kind of settled down a little bit and got him under control, hopefully, but it's a long way to go. We've got to play a really good second half.
You mentioned Brungard would be a pain. You want to make him uncomfortable. What's your message to your team to do just that?
Doing what we've done at the end of the half. We really did a good job in our lane discipline in our rush lanes. We brought an extra defender, try to spy a guy. We try to do all kinds of things to try to keep him off guard.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. You bet.
Guys.
Second quarter touchdown catches from Javon Charles and Winkers Wright have given Illinois State a 14-12 halftime lead over Youngstown State. And our halftime report from Normal, Illinois is up next.
Well, hey, everybody. Country Financial and Stefku are proud sponsors of Illinois State Women's Athletics. And here's a look at what's coming up next in Redbird Women's Sports.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting paid.
Once down 12-0, but 14 consecutive points in the second quarter has the Illinois State Redbirds now in front 14-12. Welcome to our halftime report. Kurt Pegler alongside Clay Harbor, our sideline reporter Casey Standahar, and our Redbird production crew with you. Take a look at some of the first half highlights. Again, the Penguins really dominate this game in the first quarter.
Brungard just took off in the first quarter, and they really didn't seem like they had a way to stop them. Like Brock's back alluded to at halftime, they really came up with a good plan of staying disciplined in the rush lanes to make sure they could really get him under control.
And then Illinois State turns the football over, an interception for the Penguins, and they turn that into a field goal. So it was 6-0, and then on a fourth down conversion, Brungard's in the end zone, and it's suddenly a 12-0 game. But the Redbirds come back. It's Javon Charles with a touchdown, catch and then an interception by the Illinois State secondary, and now the Redbirds are in the business late in the quarter, and they turn that into a 7-point touchdown here with Winkers right.
Yeah, big swing right there. Momentum's in favor of Illinois State.
Take a look at some of the halftime statistics again. If you take a look at the total yards, you're like, look at the disparity there. But
time of possession,
yeah,
Kurt.
and the team that has the inferior statistics as far as that concern has the lead, and that's the reason why sometimes the stats can lie.
Yeah, it's all about situational football, right? There's a couple of penalties the Penguins had to help some of these Illinois State drives, and then third down and in the yards, getting down there close to the end zone, but the Penguins couldn't punch a couple of touchdowns in.
Illinois State 14 and Youngstown State 12. Halftime here at Illinois State. Back with more from our halftime report in just a moment. Back at Hancock Stadium where it's halftime and it's Illinois State 14 and Youngstown State 12. A full slate of afternoon games in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. So take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by your Peoria, Pekin, and Bloomington Toyota dealers, proud supporters of Redbird Athletics. North Dakota State playing at Indiana State in a 10-7 lead for the Bison. South Dakota has a 7-0 lead on Northern Iowa. North Dakota is taking it to Southern Illinois. We understand the Salukis may have just gotten the end zone there to make it a 28-7 game. That's in the third quarter, and South Dakota State leads Murray State, or that's a tie game at least, in the second, 7-7. Again, our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Toyota. Take a look. We talked at the top of the broadcast about the quarterbacks and the quarterback comparison here. We are seeing two of the best quarterbacks in the Missouri Valley Football Conference here, and these guys are playing like all-conference quarterbacks, even though both of them have thrown for an interception here.
Yeah, through the air, neither of them have done much. Obviously, Brungard's got the 115, but he's got the interception. Tommy does got 2 passing touchdowns, only 4 completions. But Kurt, what you don't see is on the ground. Brungard, 14 carries, 99 yards and a touchdown. And Tommy Rittenhouse also 6 carries for 65. Both these guys are dynamic. Yes, they can get it done through the air, but they are just as effective on the ground.
Again, Youngstown State runs out to a 12-0 lead. Illinois State, with 2 second-quarter touchdowns, has countered and now leads this one 14-12 at the half here at Hancock Stadium. Back with more and our halftime report in just a moment.
champion selection of new Nissans like the all-new Murano. Top safety pick and J.D. Power's most dependable midsize SUV.
Sounds to me like everybody should check us out at O'Brien Nissan.
Absolutely. Come and see us just right across the street from the Doubletree Hotel.
Go Birds.
14-12, our halftime score. Illinois State leads Youngstown State. Casey Standahar had a conversation with Doug Phillips just a moment ago, the head coach of the Penguins. Casey?
Kurt, that's right. Coach Phillips told me that he doesn't feel like his team is out of this one yet. He mentioned that, hey, bad things happen to us. We got to clean up some of those penalties, clean up the interception, and make sure we stay in this one. He wants to get more than just his quarterback, Bo Brungard, involved in this game, and he seemed like he was in good spirits, although despite the loss, down 2 now in this half. And he said, you know, it's a great day for football regardless. I'm not worried about it. He kind of looked at me and smiled, so he feels like his team definitely still in this one. Kurt, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Casey. Yeah, the Youngstown State rushing attack 2 weeks ago against South Dakota State included only 4 carries from running backs total for the entire game. Brungard did most of the heavy lifting there, but they've at least moved around. They've got 11 carries to the game, so he's not carrying all of the brunt of it. But when we revisit your keys to the game, we look at Youngstown State trying to stop the air attack and Illinois State trying to stop Brungard. So how do you think the teams have done here?
Well, Illinois State's done Youngstown State, has done a great job of stopping the air attack. I mean, only 4 completions. Obviously, there's been a touchdown there. But containing Brungard, Illinois State, not so much in the first quarter. Second quarter, much better. We'll see how this thing continues to play out in the second half here, Kurt.
The Penguins will kick to the Redbirds. Remember, they won the coin toss, Illinois State did, opted to defer so they could have the ball to start the third quarter. And Winkers right fields it at his 10, and he's up the sidelines. He's got a nice kick. He's still on his feet. And he's all the way into Youngstown State territory inside the 35 down to the 33. He had an 80-yard kick return last week in the win at Murray State. And Winkers right with another big kick return here this afternoon.
I'm not sure that's the guy you want to target kicking the ball to. Look at Winkers right. He's used to running with the football, isn't he, Kurt?
Yeah.
All the way down to the 35-yard line. That's exactly what you want if you're Illinois State coming out of the half. You deferred, you get the ball back. Now you're already in your own territory.
He's really only back there because Tommy Donovan is hurt. So he's kind of a fill-in return man, and he's doing a great job there. And the Redbirds have it 1st and 10 now from the 38-yard line. And Rittenhouse in the pocket. Throwing, he's got a man, he's got Eddie Casper wide open. Touchdown Redbirds.
What a play by Tommy Rittenhouse right there. Left tackle, Mark Helms getting pushed back into Tommy Rittenhouse. He's still able to deliver the football to Eddie Casper. And Casper does what he does best, runs it into the end zone. Heck of a play by Rittenhouse, escaping the pressure, getting the ball out accurately, and Eddie Casper does the rest.
Well, there's some deja vu here because last week after that 80-yard kick return from Winkers right, the Redbirds scored on the next play. And here after his long kick return of 55 yards, the Redbirds get a 37-yard touchdown pass from Rittenhouse to Casper, and they do exactly what they had hoped to do. They score late in the first half, get the kickoff, and score early in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do right there. And you talk about a shift in momentum coming from the end of that first quarter into the second half and coming out of the second half. You always see the first few plays of the half, you'll talk about the adjustments that each coaching staff is able to make. And that was a good job by Illinois State coming out using an adjustment to score a touchdown on their first play from scrimmage.
The Redbirds could not have scripted it any better. 12th catch of the season for Casper. His first touchdown is a 37-yard catch from Rittenhouse, and the Redbirds have scored 3 TDs in a row and now lead this game 21-12.
Big drive here for Youngstown State and Brungard. See if they can get this thing going. You don't want to let this game get away from you. Playing so well early. You have the yard advantage, you have the time of possession advantage, but you're just still behind on the one thing that matters, and that is that scoreboard.
And Maldonado to kick again. Flash Wilson is back there. He's about 2 steps into the end zone to see if he can't run this one out, but that kick is going to go over his head and out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, let's check this out right here in the telescreen. Look at the tackle right here. He's getting pushed back, bumps into Rittenhouse has an arm on him when he's able to get the ball out to Tommy Rittenhouse. Tommy Rittenhouse does the rest, scores a touchdown, flies the plane. Go and celebrate with your buddy. Yeah, that was fun right there for Eddie Casper's
I know
first
you.
touchdown.
Yeah, you had a conversation with Eddie Casper a couple of weeks ago before the game, and he said, "Hey, I'm ready to play." I don't know if you had that conversation with him today, but
not today.
He came ready to play.
Yep.
Here's Wilson. He's the guy that can make things happen. He's got a 10-yard pickup on the first play from scrimmage for the Penguins here in the third quarter.
Looks like we might have an Illinois State player down.
Yeah, that's Jack Dwyer who made the hit. He was the one that had Wilson and brought him down, but he is down and not moving. The Redbirds have already lost the services of Brandon Smith, the left tackle, who was hurt late in the second quarter. And we'll step aside while the medical staff looks at this injured player here. 21-12, Illinois State leads early third quarter. Off the field without any help. He was able to kind of jog off, but immediately goes to the Redbird medical tent. Try to get an update on him. That was a 9-yard pickup for Wilson, so it's 2nd and 1 now for Youngstown State. The ball is at the 39-yard line. And Brungard on play action has time. And over the middle, and it's almost intercepted. Shad Nakuba, who already has 4 picks on the season, nearly had his 5th.
Yeah, he's going to have some nightmares about that one. That's when you wake up in the middle of the night and you think, man, I really should have caught that. Yeah, and you look at Brungard right here, and just a little miscommunication with his receiver. I don't know if he's trying to hit him on the back shoulder there or if he thought a comeback was coming. Either way, that was nearly disastrous for the Penguins.
3rd and 1 now for the Penguins. Designed run for the quarterback, Brungard, and he dives ahead. He needed one. That's about all he got.
And Kuba was in there on the stop. Guy almost makes an interception, comes back, makes a big tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Guy can just play in both aspects of the game. He's been a pleasant surprise for the Redbird defense this year. You'd like to see he's a playmaker, but also not afraid to get in there and mix things up. Get in the running game as well.
Yeah, that's an entirely new secondary for the Redbirds. And Nakuba's a transfer from Louisiana and has played well for Illinois State. First and 10 now for the Penguins. The Redbirds stop the run right away.
We know who that is.
Yep.
Ty Niekamp. He just shot the gap right there. Like he just was shot out of a cannon.
Boom.
Man, that was a big hit. And Jaden Gilbert doesn't know what hit him right there.
Gilbert did not have a negative rush coming into this game. That might be the first time that he was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He had 41 attempts coming in with no negative yardage. But yeah, Niekamp comes up to make the big play. It's a 2-yard tackle for loss. And on 2nd and 12, Brungard is throwing the ball deep, and again, he's looking in the area of Nakuba. It's an incomplete pass, and now we've got a late flag that comes in. Nakuba's got his arms in the air.
There was some contact there for sure, but I didn't think there was enough to call anything. Let's see what the refs have to say about it.
Luke Hensley, the intended receiver on the play, stride for stride with him is Illinois State's Shad Nakuba.
Pass interference, defense, number 1. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
Yeah, let's see it here. Can't see much there. I mean, I thought that was nice coverage. There was definitely some back and forth contact. So Youngstown State catching a break.
Now that ball's all the way up near midfield at the 48-yard line. First and 10. Brungard fakes the run, steps back, and he's run down from behind. He picked up a couple of yards. It was Kaplan who was chasing him. Mason Kaplan's been in on a lot of tackles here, but not before Bo Brungard was able to make about a 5 or 6 yard run on the play.
Yeah, interesting play call there with the fake draw, and Illinois State wanted a holding call. It was close, didn't get it. Brungard bust for about 6 yards right there.
Brungard averages 121 yards rushing per game. He's at 124 right now, so above his average, and we're early in the third quarter. Gain of 6, it's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground again, and they are going to get the first down. Nice run there over the left side. It's been a busy afternoon for Ethan Wright. He's done most of his damage catching the football, but a nice run there and a first down for the Penguins.
Yeah, nice run there. Good stop by Patrick Bauer. Get the chains moving for the Penguins. Nice drive. Got a little help with the penalty, but it's exactly what they needed to respond to that Illinois State touchdown right out the half.
First and 10 now inside Illinois State territory. The ball's at the 38-yard line. This is Gilbert, and he runs ahead for about 3. But this is kind of that ground and pound game that we have become accustomed to with Youngstown State. You know, last year they were one of the top teams in the entire country in time of possession. They were able to just milk the clock and run it down your throat. There's not quite the same numbers this year, but this is their calling card.
Yeah, especially with a quarterback like Brungard, makes it so difficult to stop.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Brungard throws to the sidelines, has a man, it's Solomon, and he's in the end zone for the 2nd time in as many weeks. Mike Sullivan, a touchdown, and the Youngstown State Penguins answer.
What a toss right there by Brungard. He says, oh, I'm a running quarterback? Watch this. Has a perfect pass, good protection, right over the head of the ISU defenders. Might have been a little bit of a coverage bust right there. A little miscommunication in the backfield. You know Travis Niekamp isn't going to like that. But big play for Youngstown State answering. Have a chance to make this a 2-point ball game.
Solomon's first career touchdown came last week at North Dakota. His 2nd career is here on the road at Illinois State. Point after is good from Lastovka. So both teams come out firing. It's 21-18. Illinois State leads Youngstown State early third quarter.
Seasons here at the Heller stores. And just like your favorite team, we want to beat our competition.
Touchdown pass from Bo Brungard to Mike Solomon. It's an 8-play, 75-yard drive, and the Penguins are back in this thing after having a 12-0 lead and then giving up 21 straight points. It's now a 21-19 game. And the Penguins really needed something because Illinois State had all the momentum.
Really needed that. Great drive, great answer, great perseverance.
They'll kick it away from Winkers right this time. Dylan Lord is going to take this kick inside his own 5-yard line, bring it across the 25. Still moving. Boy, Dylan Lord, he might be a little guy, but man, he's got a big heart. He moves the pile out to near the 30-yard line. All right, our sideline reporter, Casey Standahar, has an update on the injured Redbird.
Kurt, Clay, just a quick injury update on free safety Jack Dwyer for you. He did come out of the medical tent walking just fine, but he is in a sling. He has that left arm in a sling. He didn't appear to be in much pain, but Dwyer is questionable to return in this game.
Yeah, thank you, Casey. He left the field kind of holding onto his arm, and that would obviously make a lot of sense now that he's in a sling. 1st and 10 now. Illinois State starts at its 29-yard line. Both teams open the third quarter with scoring drives, and now it's Rittenhouse. He's got his man right over the middle. It's a nice catch. It's Maylander, and he's got a first down.
It's crazy to me this kid's just a freshman, Luke Maylander. He plays like a veteran receiver, knows how to find the open green grass, when to sit, when to run, has great chemistry with Tommy Rittenhouse. Very impressed with the way this guy plays football.
First down, Redbirds move the ball up to the 39-yard line, and this time it's Winkers right. He started moving in one direction on the left side, then bounced back to the right, picked up about 5.
Yeah, good patience right there. Went left, didn't see anything going. Goes right, gets some yardage.
Sopkowitz not on the field right now with this offensive set. Ryland Crawford in his place, and he's lined up wide to the right of Tommy Rittenhouse. It's Dylan Lord in motion, and this time they're going to flip it out to Javon Charles. And the tight end makes the catch and drags a defender into Youngstown State territory.
Nice play by Javon Charles. Good play call by Tony Peterson. Getting the defense going one way, bootleg the other, get the tight end the ball, some room to run, move the chains.
Redbirds again operating here without Sopkowitz. They've got 3 wide receivers set up to the left side now of Rittenhouse. And on play action, he's got time, and he's throwing down the middle, and he just overshoots his intended receiver. He was trying to connect with Maylander, and he had a touchdown if they make the connection.
Oh, man. Tommy Rittenhouse is going to want that one back. He had about 3-4 yards on him in college football. That is very open. Just a little bit too hard of a throw, a little bit too much coffee with breakfast for Tommy Rittenhouse.
On second down, Rittenhouse to keep on the read option, and he dives ahead across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Makes this a manageable 3rd down. And we saw Sopkowitz leave holding his shoulder. We'll try to get you guys updated when we can, find out exactly what's wrong with him. But Illinois State trying to move the ball without their All-American wide receiver right now.
Redbirds 1 of 4 on 3rd down here this afternoon. On 3rd down here, they're going to fling it out. One-handed catch by Winkers right, but he's stopped right at the 40-yard line. A couple of defenders right there to make the play. It was Preston Zandier who I think made the initial hit. And so the Redbirds are going to face 4th down here.
Check those gloves for some stickum. That ball just stuck to his glove. Heck of a catch by Winkers right. Didn't get much to show for it, but Illinois State offense staying out there, Kurt. See if they go for it here on this 4th down or let the clock run down to create some space for a punt.
Redbirds are 4 of 7 on 4th down attempts this year. 57%. They're going for it on 4th down. Rittenhouse over the middle, has a man. It's caught.
Nice catch right there. That was right over the middle, fastball.
Yeah, Scotty Presson.
Scotty Presson with the catch. Tight end, fullback, Florissant, Missouri, East St. Louis High School there. Nice play. Keep the chains moving on a big 4th down, Kurt.
Preston doesn't make many catches, but it seems like when he makes a catch,
it's always
they're
big. Yep.
Big catch in the Eastern Illinois game on a 3rd down, keep a drive alive, and a big catch here on a 4th down to keep a drive alive. And now the Redbirds put it on the ground. Winkers right. Pick up a 5-yard gain as he goes over the left side.
I love when a team doesn't have success running the football, but they just don't completely abandon it. Keep going. Sometimes it takes 15 carries before you can really wear down a defensive line and start getting some holes there. And that's exactly what the Redbirds are doing right now.
2nd and 5 now, and it's Winkers right again, up the middle. He kind of was hit right at the line of scrimmage, but he kept his feet going, dives ahead for another couple. So the Redbirds will once again look at 3rd and short here. 2-yard pickup.
3rd and short. Be a interesting play right here. See if they can keep the chains moving down their left tackle. Their starting wide All-American receiver right now. See what this offense can do.
11th play of the drive. And they give it to Winkers right. He's going to be stopped short. The Penguins were waiting for him there. A couple of guys right in the middle of that. Karsten Marshall was one of them who helps make the stop, and now the Redbirds do face 4th down.
Yeah, you think if that's one of the plays where Brock's back tells Tony Peterson, hey, you got 2 plays to try to get this ball, get this 1st down. So Tony Peterson said, I'm going to try to get it on the ground, and then we're going to see what we can do on 4th down.
And here we go again with another 4th down opportunity. It's 4th and 2 for the Redbirds at the Youngstown State 20-yard line. Pressure coming, and it's thrown away, and it's incomplete. And the Penguins brought some pressure, and they turn the Redbirds away.
There's a lot happening on that play. I'm just impressed Tommy Rittenhouse got that ball off. Looked like there could have been some pass interference there. You know, it's a touch and go there, but nice stop there by the Youngstown State defense. Get the ball back with a chance to take the lead. You'll see the replay right here. Watch the unblocked pressure at the bottom of your screen for Tommy Rittenhouse. Somehow gets this ball out. See if we can see this receiver. I don't know if the defensive back was a little bit early there, but nice play for Youngstown State to get the ball back. Chance to take the lead.
Yeah, big stop for the Penguins. Dylan Lord was the intended receiver there. Incomplete pass, a stop, a turnover on downs. And so now it's Youngstown State football at the 21-yard line. On 1st down, Brungard to throw. This is Wilson. He's wrapped up after a catch right in front of the ISU sideline. Hey, let's go to our sidelines and talk to Casey Standahar with an update on Daniel Sopkowitz.
Sopkowitz, an unfortunate update for you. He's no longer dressed, guys. He has his right arm in a sling. He came back on the field not dressed. He's in pedestrian clothing. Trainers telling me he's stable but will not return in this game.
Thank you, Casey. That is a big blow for the Redbirds to not have their All-American wide receiver here for the second half. Brungard to throw. It's knocked away. That's Anthony Corona making yet another play here. He's had a good afternoon. Made a good play there.
Nice play by Corona, and you're right, Kurt.
I'm sorry, that's Cam Wilson that made that play, not Corona.
Cam Wilson, yeah, nice play there, knocking the ball down. And Sopkowitz out means a lot for this game, and obviously we don't know moving forward, but I mean, he's one of the key pieces of this team, one of the best receivers in the country. What a blow for the Redbirds.
3rd and 7 now. Brungard tries to set up a screen, and the Redbirds blow it up. That's DeBose again with a big play.
DeBose with a play. He got there quick. He read the play, sees what's happening, and he's able to execute, get the tackle, beat his beat the blocker there. Nice job by DeBose.
Had a big game last week at Murray State with a interception and a strip, and comes up with a big play here to get his defense off the field. Now it's Casper back to return. He takes it at his 40 and gets up the sidelines. He picked up 16 on that punt return, and the Redbirds will start in plus territory. They'll have the football when we come back. A 2-point lead for Illinois State, 21-19 on the Penguins of Youngstown State. Yards for Luke Maylander, although the Redbirds nearly connected with him on a touchdown pass on the last series, and he may get a little more work if Daniel Sopkowitz is going to be out for a while. He has been ruled out for the rest of this game, but you see the kind of season that Maylander is having as a redshirt freshman. And the Redbirds have it on first down, and it's going to be a keeper from Rittenhouse. He gets to the edge and picks up 7. Nice run for the Redbird quarterback.
Nice run, also nice block there by Eddie Casper on the edge there, just being scrappy. And yeah, Maylander, he's got 356 yards, 20 receptions through 6 games. He's also got 3 touchdowns the last 5 games.
Rittenhouse now with 75 yards on the ground on 7 carries.
Nice job.
2nd and 3. This is Dawson with the carry. And he bangs ahead right about to the marker where his forward progress has stopped and whistled. But it sure looks like he's got the necessary yards for the first down, and they're going to move the chains.
A nice run there, Victor Dawson. He's a guy this coaching staff loves.
Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
And we've got one of the Penguins down here on the field as well.
Yeah, been a tough day for some of these guys out here. Part of the game, you hate to see these injuries, but get a lot of give these other players, some guys, a chance to step up. The absence of some of their leaders, some of their best players. Illinois State, Kurt, we talked. Maylander, redshirt freshman, with Sobkowitz out on the sidelines in street clothes, he's going to have to step up. Eddie Casper, a senior in the slot. You might see a little bit more of him. Dylan Lord, a guy we've seen make some plays on this team. You know, so the Redbirds do got some players that they can still throw the ball to. Obviously, they're not Daniel Sobkowitz, but these guys can still make some plays and keep the ball moving through the air when called upon.
Injured players, Karsten Marshall, but he's up and now walking to the sideline for the Penguins. So he leaves the game. He's had a nice game here. He's the number 2 tackler on this team, coming in with 35 tackles on the season. So the carry for Dawson is enough to give Illinois State a first down. So it's 1st and 10. The ball now at the Youngstown State 39-yard line. And Dawson gets it again. All the way inside the 20-yard line as he bangs ahead, and he is really giving a nice compliment here to Winkers Wright this afternoon.
I like when you have 2 running backs that have different skill sets, and that's exactly what you got with Victor Dawson and Winkers Wright. These 2 guys have different types of game. One's a little bit faster, more crafty. One's a little bit more of a physical runner. They complement each other well.
5 carries for 32 yards after he picked up 16 on that play, and another Illinois State first down. Now it's Rittenhouse. He's got Maylander for a touchdown.
And he's dancing in the end zone, Kurt, letting him know it. That was a heck of a route by Maylander. This kid's a playmaker, redshirt freshman. You look at it, just runs right past the defender, catches the ball, strong hands, then does a little dance.
He's been behind the secondary a couple of times today, and this time the connection. Luke Maylander with his 4th touchdown catch of the year. It's an 18-yard touchdown connection between Rittenhouse and Maylander, and the point after is good, and the Redbirds have a 28-19 lead.
Yeah, before today, he had 3 touchdowns the last 5 games, so now 4 in the last 6. And he was 39th in the country in yards per reception coming into this game. It's 17.8. He is one of these bright spots. Talked to Coach Back about him. He said the sky's the limit for Maylander. He's a hard-working kid. He's diligent, and he's a playmaker.
38 yards receiving here this afternoon, including that touchdown catch. And the Illinois State lead is now at 28-19. So the offense is exchanging punches here in the second half.
Something we've seen a little too often here for these Illinois State Redbirds, but good answer by the Birds to come down without a couple of their starters, a couple of their big-time players to show that they got a deep roster, guys that will step up when called upon, and we just saw that firsthand with Luke Maylander delivering, no pun intended.
Tommy Rittenhouse now 10 of 18 for 137 yards. Flash Wilson is going to take this one out of his end zone. He was about 2 yards deep in when he fielded that kick, and he gets out to about the 18-yard line.
Man, he is quick. His parents must have knew something when they named him Flash, because this guy can run.
Well, technically his given name is Kai Wilson, so
okay,
you know,
the nickname because he was fast.
Whoever gave him that is accurate.
Yeah.
That's a really good nickname for him, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll see the Penguins offense come back on the field. Bo Brungard today, 16 of 25 for 160 yards. He's got the touchdown pass. And he also has a touchdown run with 105 yards on the ground as well. On first down, Brungard to pass. He's got Solomon, who's the man with that touchdown catch, and he makes a nice play, and that's going to be a pickup of about 14 and a first down for Youngstown State.
Yeah, Solomon has been playing well. We talked about his first TD last week. 6'3", 210 senior, big body, can make some catches.
Yeah, really big body out there. Big catch radius. Now Brungard's going to keep it. Fake the pass, and he's still on his feet. He dives across the 40-yard line before he's caught at the ankles. It was C.J. Richard who made the tackle on the play, but not before a pickup of about 7 more.
Nice tackle, though, by C.J. Richard, because he just got a shoestring, but he held on to that thing and brought him down before he could bust that run to a little bit longer.
Under 2 minutes to go here, third quarter. Youngstown State the football and trailing Illinois State here in normal 28-19. Brungard pressured up the middle. His pass is up there, up for grabs, and it looks like Max Tomczak came down with it. It was Tomczak and the Illinois State defender fighting for it, and they're going to call it a catch for Tomczak, who just wrestled it away that time from C.J. Richard. How about that catch?
It looked like one of those simultaneous catches right there. Man, that was good coverage too. So it's hard to really complain about the coverage right there. You can't get any tighter. And what a throw by Brungard to get that thing off. And man.
Yeah, 4th catch of the afternoon for Tomczak. Who is the #1 receiver in catches in school's history. Now it's over the middle again to Tomczak, and he's wrestled down at about the 23-yard line, and the Penguins again are moving the football here.
I've been impressed with this offense. I mean, they can beat you in a number of different ways. Obviously, Brungard is the guy that really runs the show here, but he's throwing it, he's running it, he's really directing traffic, and it's easy to see why they're such a tough team to defend.
4 catches, 53 yards on the afternoon for Max Tomczak, playing in his home state. He's from the Chicago area. Final seconds here of this third quarter. Brungard's going to flip it out. He's got Gilbert, who's hit immediately after a short gain. Coming up and making a pop there is Cam Wilson, and that's going to be the final play of our third quarter. 15 minutes left to go. We say these games always go down to the end. It looks like this game is going down to the end. Illinois State 28, Youngstown State 19 after 3. Lions this fall. Stop by today, 1430 Fort Jesse Road, Normal. Ask about VIP pricing for all ISU staff, students, teachers, alumni, and parents. The Bloomington Normal Auto Mall on the corner of Tawana and Fort Jesse in Normal. It's 3rd and 2, and the Penguins are moving the ball again with Brungard, and he's got the first down. Down to about the 10-yard line of Illinois State.
Yeah, nice play call there. Solomon Oduma right there with the stop. But just putting the ball in the hands of your big-time quarterback, Bo Brungard, gets you some big yardage there for the first down.
And the Penguins again in the red zone. Ball is down to the 10-yard line. On first down, Brungard again keeps it. Patiently waiting for his blocking, and he powers ahead inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. There, you can get a first down. The first down marker, the yard to gain, is the 1. So it's not an and goal situation.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, they're 3 yards away from pay dirt.
Yep. Makes it so hard about this quarterback running game here, Kurt, is the fact that you're picking up an extra player. When you hand the ball to the running back, you usually got an extra defender. When the quarterback runs it, you're running that running back as a blocker. Now every defender is accounted for.
2nd and 2 from the 3-yard line. Brungard going to run it again. And this time he's stopped at the line of scrimmage, trying to fall ahead. Jake Anderson in on the hit for Illinois State, keeping him shy of the first down and out of the end zone. And it's going to be 3rd and short.
It's power football right there. You see they're pulling the guard, they're pulling the tackle. They got a running back running up in that hole. That is just power football. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried something like that again. And then they come out spread out.
Yeah, spread it out the offense here on 3rd and 1. Try to make the Redbirds think about options here. Gilbert is the running back next to him. Brungard's going to keep it again, and he's diving ahead. It looks like he's got the necessary yards, depending on that spot, for the first down. He's not in the end zone. They might actually mark him short of the, yeah, they are going to mark him short of the marker here.
Wow. What a play this is turning into right here, Kurt. 12:38 left in the ball game. Ball on the 2-yard line. A yard away from a first. 4th down. Huge play.
He already has a touchdown on 4th down, Brungard, and now he faces another one. 4th down, he's going to keep it. 4th down, he dives ahead.
Wow.
And the Redbirds come up with a stop now. Again, he could get a first down. He's not in the end zone.
I think it's a first down.
Where is that spot at? That looks like a first down. He's kept out of the end zone, but it looks like he's got the necessary yardage for a first down here.
Let's see here.
And so the Penguins convert on 4th down. He needed a yard, and he just barely got it. That spot is at the 1. So it's 1st and goal from the 1 now. The Penguins 2 of 2 on 4th down here, and they convert on this one. Brungard keeps it, and he's in the end zone for his 2nd rushing score of the afternoon.
Great answer. Again, we keep saying it, by Youngstown State. They had to have it, and they got it. And they did it behind their big-time quarterback, Bo Brungard. You see it here, kick out, pull by the guard. That's just a nice block there by the big guard, Isaac Perkins, to clear some space for Brungard to walk in the end zone and have a chance to cut this to a 2-point ball game with under 12 minutes left to play.
Andrew Listowka on for the extra point. And he converts. And so the 11-play, 81-yard drive results in a 1-yard touchdown run for Bo Brungard, and we've got ourselves a 2-point game again. 28-26. Illinois State the lead with 11:52 to play. Bo Brungard's second rushing score of the day, his 11th of the season, has pulled the Youngstown State Penguins back within 2. It's a 28-26 Illinois State lead as the Penguins get ready to kick it back to Illinois State. Just under 12 minutes to go. These teams have a penchant for playing close games, and this one looks like it's headed for another one of these one-score finishes. Josh Wilkins to kick it from the 35. And that one's not coming back. Casey Standahar is working our sidelines, and she's got more on the ISU Redbirds and their mental approach.
Yeah, Coach Back said his group might not be young per se, but these Redbirds are new and somewhat inexperienced. He said they have to play together, not have any lapses here in the fourth quarter. And Coach Back said he's been hammering that home in practice, the mindset, the mental approach. That's been the #1 focus for these Redbirds. Back wants his team to be the best conditioned team during this time of year. He said we cannot back off the practice field because of the grind of a season, and we're seeing the result here in those tough practices and that mindset here on display, showing up on the scoreboard. This is an all-important mindset, even more crucial as this team is now down Smith, Sobkowitz, and Dwyer due to injuries, guys.
Thanks, Casey. Javon Charles catches the short pass from Tommy Rittenhouse. He's pushed out of bounds at right about the 35-yard line.
When in doubt, give the ball to the tight end.
Yeah, you
Kurt.
like the tight end, don't you? Redbirds using Javon Charles. He had a touchdown catch last week, a touchdown catch here today. A couple of more catches here. He's been a big part of this Illinois State offense here the last couple of weeks. And they moved the chains on that first down play of 10 yards. This time it's Winkers Wright diving ahead. He plowed through the middle of the line there across the 40-yard line. He picked up 5 there.
There's so many weapons on this team, it's hard to get Javon Charles involved, but when his number is called, he does a good job of catching the football, and he's also an integral part of this run game. You always see him on his man doing a good job blocking, so Javon Charles is definitely an asset for this Illinois State offense.
On second down, it's Winkers Wright again, and he's into the secondary, plowing ahead across midfield. Another big run for Winkers Wright and a first down, Illinois State.
And you see the blocker right in front of him? Javon Charles. Nice job by him again. Winkers Wright with a nice run right there, 10 yards. Illinois State doing it on the ground. Exactly what you need to do with your big-time receiver, Daniel Sobkowitz, sidelined right now.
Redbirds would like to have a nice sustained drive here and chew up some clock. That's right now in motion. And Rittenhouse to pass. He looks in the neighborhood of Javon Charles, but he overshot him. Incomplete.
A little too high right there. That one just got away from him.
Karsten Marshall, by the way, on the coverage. He was banged up about a series or two ago, left the game, but obviously has stayed in. He was on the coverage on Charles on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 now. Redbirds with 141 yards rushing, 147 yards receiving, so almost 50-50 here. Rittenhouse throwing deep, and there's a flag on the play. He was looking in the neighborhood of Maylander. He got tied up with the defensive back Justin Wimpy, and there are 2 flags right in the neighborhood of where the contact was made between receiver and defender.
Yeah, let's see what this call is. There was obviously some contact there.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Redbirds have taken advantage of a couple of these pass interference calls. One late in the second quarter helped lead to that touchdown pass to Javon Charles. And here, this first down moves the ball up to the Youngstown State 33-yard line. And now we've got a flag, and that's going to be on Illinois State, a pre-snap penalty.
Ball start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Tony Peterson's not going to be happy about that. He's going to get a little bit of a talking to in the film room tomorrow for jumping.
Well, when it's your center that's called for that, that's always a little eyebrow raising, right?
Yep.
1st and 15. Rittenhouse again, going down the middle of the field, and it's intercepted. An athletic interception by DJ Harris. and he brings it out to about the 21-yard line. What a huge play for the Penguins.
What a play by DJ Harris, man. Wow, momentum shifts just like that. Illinois State driving. Tommy Rittenhouse just threw it a little too far. I thought he had someone underneath. Don't mind him going for a little bit of contact, but what a play. That is a heck of a catch if you're a wide receiver. Usually defensive backs are wide receivers that can't catch. He's just a defensive back that wanted to play defensive back.
Yeah, Harris missed 3 games early this year, but back and making plays there. An incredible interception there. And now at the 10-minute mark, Youngstown State with the football after a defensive stop. The second interception of the game for the Penguins. 1st and 10 from their 22. Brungard with time, but no receiver. And then he flips it out, incomplete. He was looking that time for Solomon on the sideline, and it's an incompleted pass.
Looks like they had a spy on that play. Travis Niekamp not letting Brungard beat you with your legs. I mean, that makes a lot of sense right there. And just having really good pass rush lane discipline. Not running past the quarterback, making sure that you can get a little bit of a semicircle almost, so this guy can't beat you on the ground.
2nd and 10. Draw play. Redbirds aren't going to let him do anything with that one. Kind of a stay-at-home play from Anthony Corona, and suddenly Brungard had to make something happen.
Yeah, they only rushed 3 and they had a spy there. So you see them, they're throwing a lot of different looks at Brungard to try to stop this dynamic quarterback. Travis Niekamp's digging deep in his bag. And so far this drive, it's been working. Let's see what they come up with on this 3rd and long.
Gain of 1, so it's now 3rd and 9. And Youngstown State 5 of 12 on 3rd downs today. Time for Brungard over the middle, has a man. It's Solomon again that makes the play. He's that big target, and he goes across the middle and makes a big catch.
Boy, is he having a day, and he is excited about it. Great job by this Youngstown State offensive line. Illinois State bluffs some pressure. They get some one-on-one matchups, but nobody could win. And the defensive backfield just too long to try to hold up there. Big catch by Solomon.
He's got 4 catches for 77 yards, 21 yards on that catch, and a 1st down for the Penguins.
Huge play.
Brungard runs it and keeps it, and then pitches it, and boy, the Redbirds nearly intercepted the pitch.
You're exactly right, Kurt. I thought he was about to catch that thing and take it back the other way. Brungard might think he should have just kept this one. Pitches it.
There's Cam Wilson who got a hand on it.
Nice play by him.
Yeah. Ball was batted out of bounds, and so that's where they're going to put the football, right at the 47-yard line of Youngstown State.
Smack the pitch, not a play you see all the time.
Brungard again with a lot of time, and he's throwing downfield. He's got a man wide open, and it's a catch for a touchdown, and making the play is Fresh Walters.
Man, that thing was just opened, so it was very fresh. That looked like it could have been a blown coverage there. He got behind the defense. Interesting play call by Mike Yursich. Really had some window dressing on the thing, confused Illinois State, and Fresh was wide open.
It's a 53-yard touchdown reception, capping off a 79-yard drive. It only took 5 plays. And Youngstown State takes advantage of the interception, turns it into points. They have 10 points off those 2 Redbird interceptions, and now they're back in front. The Penguins lead it 33-28 here at Illinois State.
Media, timeout.
Dear Friday.
has erased a 9-point deficit and lead this game now 33-28. 2 touchdown passes for Bo Brungard, 2 touchdown rushes for Bo Brungard. And we mentioned that he is a dual threat QB, and we're seeing it in person here this afternoon.
Yeah, Kurt, that was why key of the game was to try to slow this guy down. A lot easier, a lot harder than just saying it, but he is a dynamic player.
8:06 to play. A lot of football left to be played, but now the Redbirds are playing from behind. Let's take a look at that last touchdown pass.
All right, yeah, so right here, you'll see a lot of window dressing with these tight ends. It's like a fake screen, and I think you got, he does a little wheel here, the defensive back, they think it's maybe a screen, and he just gets behind the defense right here, and you can't take him down until he scores a touchdown. Mike Yursich, just a nice call right there. Kind of scheme up a touchdown for his team, and now Illinois State is down 5 in the 4th quarter with 8 minutes to go. This is a really big drive for the Redbirds right here.
Walters with his first touchdown catch of the season, his first of this game here, and a big play for the Penguins. Now the Redbirds are going to run it on the ground. That's Victor Dawson, who's now back in the game, giving Winkers Wright a little breather. And we're under 8 minutes with the clock running here. Gain of 2, so it's 2nd down and 2 now for Illinois State, playing from behind. Youngstown State ran out to a 12-0 lead, then the Redbirds scored 14, actually 21 points in a row. And now pressure coming, and Rittenhouse spins away from it, but now he's going to go down. It's a sack. It's Ebony Curry making the play.
Man, that was just, I think that was Jake Pope getting beat from the right side right there. No, that was Ben Wallace getting beat from the right side. The backup right tackle, nothing Tommy Rittenhouse can do on him in a hurry.
3rd and 19 now for Illinois State. Redbirds are back down their own 15-yard line here. Rittenhouse with time. His pass is deflected and it's incomplete. Somebody got a hand on that one. And the Youngstown State defense with a big stop here.
Yeah, they're getting pressured. Jake Pope moved over to left tackle, the former right tackle, I think, to make up for Brandon Smith's departure. And they're struggling up front right now. And you can tell they're missing Brandon Smith, having trouble protecting for Tommy Rittenhouse. Has to get the ball out early, even when they're only bringing a 3-man rush. That is not what you want to see if you're Tony Peterson or Brock's back. It's Illinois State offense.
Hayden Futch to punt from inside his own 5-yard line here. We've got a penalty marker down. The kick is away, and Tomczak makes the catch, a fair catch at the Youngstown State 43. We'll see what the penalty is. The officiating crew has had a busy afternoon here. Looks like it's going to be against Illinois State.
Illegal formation, offense, 5-yard penalty, we enforced at the end of the kick. First down. Media, timeout.
Youngstown State football. The Penguins have a 5-point lead with 6:44 to go here in normal. Youngstown State in good shape here with 6:44 to play. The Penguins have the lead in the football, and that ball moved all the way up to the 48-yard line here after the penalty on the punt. On first down, they're going to run it on the ground. That's Ethan Wright. He gets to about midfield before a bunch of Redbirds will stop his forward progress. He's had a nice game.
Yeah, and they're a team that's built for these situations, Kurt, which makes it tough for Illinois State. They got your quarterback that can run. They know how to pull the guards, run a power running game, not just zone scheme. So this is going to be a tough uphill climb for Illinois State to get a stop, get the ball back, and score here.
Gain of 4, so it's 2nd and 6 now for the Penguins, who are content to milk that play clock as long as they can. Brungard's going to keep it, and he's still on his feet. And Bo Brungard is on his way to the end zone, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the afternoon.
It looked like somebody just missed an assignment there on the Redbirds defense. You had to know what was coming here with Brungard. Just runs through it there. And you just see a couple of bad angles taken right there. Maybe LaShavian Brown got covered up when he shouldn't have. And now it looks to be a 12-point game with 5 minutes and 51 seconds left.
It's a 48-yard run for the Youngstown State quarterback, and what an afternoon he's had. 5 total touchdowns. He's got 3 on the ground and 2 on the air. His rushing totals now 26 carries for 185 yards and those 3 touchdowns.
He might need the ice tub after this
I
one,
would
Kurt.
say, but it's probably going to feel pretty good
Yeah.
if the Penguins leave normal with a victory.
Illinois State fans pouring out of the stadium. We'll check out this touchdown here. So it's a zone read. So some of them, some Illinois State defenders run with the running back. And Bo Brungard is so difficult to defend because he runs like a running back. Great play call there, once again by Mike Yursich. I think he's called an excellent game going against Illinois State defense.
Listowka on for the point after. And it's a 40-point afternoon for the Youngstown State Penguins. They have taken advantage of a couple of turnovers. Again, they have done a really nice job with the takeaway scenario. Only 7 takeaways last year, and then came in here with 8 already this year. Add a couple of more to that here on the interceptions, and they've turned that into 10 points. And it's a 12-point spread here.
Yeah, I mean, this team has 512 yards of total offense. Just lighten up the scoreboard. A lot of yards. 36-minute time of possession to Illinois State 18. And it's really hard to win games when those are the numbers.
So Josh Wilkins to kick it away, and the Redbirds are going to have to score in a hurry and try and get a stop and get the football back if they want to rally and win this one here on this homecoming weekend. Touchback as it's kicked to the back of the end zone. The Redbirds scored 21 straight points. They were down 12-0. They scored 14 second quarter points to go ahead 14-12, and then added a quick score in the opening moments of the 3rd quarter and had a 21-12 lead. But from that point on, it's been pretty much all Penguins.
All Penguins is right. At 3rd downs, they just haven't been able to convert. They're 1 for 7 on the day. And if you can't convert on the money down, 3rd down, you're not going to score a lot of points.
On first down, Rittenhouse over the middle. It's Winker's right. He's wrapped up right away. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards as he falls ahead to the 30-yard line.
If you're defensive coordinator Josh Hainline, you'll take that all day at this situation. You give him the 5 yards and just watch the time milk off the clock.
And now Rittenhouse is going to keep it and run across the 35 to about the 36. That's going to be enough for a first down. Move the chains. His helmet came off, so Rittenhouse is going to have to leave the game here. So Beckham Pellant is going to come in the game at least for a snap here. One of the Penguins is down 2. That might be Josiah Williams-West, who's playing. We mentioned that Dathan Hickey, the transfer from Yale, the senior from Connecticut, is out, and this true freshman, Williams-West, has started in his place and played pretty well, and here he's down on the turf here at Hancock Stadium.
Another shoulder there, Kurt.
Well, we mentioned it's homecoming weekend. It's also a Hall of Fame weekend here at Illinois State. And that's Ted Schmitz, who's the radio broadcaster and the Stretch Miller Award winner for his contributions to ISU athletics, and then 4 former Illinois State Redbirds. Janelle Knight of tennis, Robin Chapman of sophomore. This is Akil Mills of track and field, and then Colton Underwood, the 2-time FCS All-American, number 3 all-time in career tackles for loss, and number 4 in Illinois State sacks. A friend of yours is also now a Hall of Famer, and it's nice to have him back on campus too.
Yeah, big shout out to Colton. Well deserved, just a menace in the Missouri Valley Conference for a number of years. Well earned, well deserved. Congratulations, buddy.
Redbirds would like to send everybody home on homecoming and Hall of Fame weekend with a victory, but they've got some work to do with 5:15 to play, and they're down by a 40-28 count. And Rittenhouse just had the ball buried on contact there as he was stepping up in the pocket, and that's an incomplete pass.
It's again,
I'm sorry, that's Pellant. That wasn't Rittenhouse. I'm sorry, because Rittenhouse had to come off the field. Pellant back in there for one play, and so now Rittenhouse, whose helmet came off, had to come back in.
Yep. Once again, you got Jake Pope over there on the left side now, and you're moving your offensive line around, and then on, your right tackle, you got Ben Wallace in the game there. So you got a couple of guys moved around and switched up, see if they can protect for Rittenhouse here.
Now Rittenhouse goes down the field in a diving catch. Dylan Lord, terrific play.
Wow, what a play by Dylan Lord right there, man. That was just perfect pass. Down the seam, got an injured player for the Penguins. It's like a calf he's holding.
Yeah, that's Michael Voitis, who's a senior player and one of the leaders of this defensive unit. And now he's down here. But what a catch from Dylan Lord. We talk about this guy. He's 5'9", a redshirt freshman. And, if you see him, you just, he's got a big heart, but he's not going to overwhelm you with his size, but he makes plays like this. Terrific.
A lot of speed and quickness down the seam, good hands, shifty, quick guy, and the moment's never too big. A lot of times you're down here in the crunch time moments of the game, you've got a redshirt freshman, you haven't had a ton of experience doing it, your leading receiver Daniel Sobkowitz is out, and that's just impressive for a redshirt freshman to be able to make plays in that situation, as we see Youngstown State's defender is up and walking off the field there. It's a good sign there for him. But Lord's going to be a player as well. But good to see Captain Michael Voitis walking off the field there for Youngstown State.
So the play covers 34 yards with a diving catch for Lord, his first catch of the game. And his 13th catch of the season. So the Redbirds move the ball up to the 30-yard line. We're under 5 minutes to go in this one now. And as we resume play here, the clock will run again. This is Winker's right, pounding ahead inside the 25 down to the 23.
moving quickly here. Tempo, obviously, with the clock running down, under 4.5 minutes. Time is also a factor.
Rittenhouse looking. He's got Winkers right, but it's incomplete. Coverage on the play by Karsten Marshall.
It's actually a smart play by Winkers right not to try and really catch that football. Puts his hands up, gives it a college try right there, but don't catch that and get tackled and then let the time run off the clock. So smart play, veteran move by Winkers right there.
So 3rd and 3. The clock stops at 4:28 to go. And the Redbirds looking at 3rd down here from the 23-yard line of the Penguins. And Rittenhouse over the middle has his man. And that's Scotty Presson with his 2nd catch of the afternoon. And that is good enough for a 1st down. The clock still runs. And the Redbirds quickly to the line of scrimmage. Ball now inside the Youngstown State 20-yard line. And on 1st down, Rittenhouse throws incomplete. Looking again for Scotty Presson.
Just a little bit late right there. If he's a little bit quicker, might get Scotty Presson a chance to catch and run and maybe turn the corner, try to get in the end zone.
Second down, ball is at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 10 for Illinois State. Down 12 here with 4 minutes and counting. This is Maylander inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Another Redbird 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
Nice job after the catch by Maylander. He's so quick transitioning after he catches the football. It's a good trait to have.
1st and goal from the 5, and now a whistle before the snap.
Timeout.
Yeah, timeout Penguins. So the 2nd timeout of the game now for Youngstown State. They're down to just 1 left. And Illinois State faces 1st and goal now from the 5. And the sooner the Redbirds can get in the end zone here, the better, because we're down to 3:39 to play.
Yeah,
Illinois State still has all 3 of its timeouts too.
Yeah, so for me, it doesn't seem like the main factor is the time. The main factor is going to be if the Redbirds can get this ball in the end zone, can they stop Bo Brungardner?
Well, obviously, he's been the difference in the game. Brungard has lived up to the hype, and the Redbirds have seen him, and we've seen him the last couple of years, and he's just getting better with every game. And the fact that he has now added such a nice passing repertoire to his running game, he is really a weapon. So 1st and 5. 1st and goal really for Illinois State is going to be Winkers right inside the 5, about a 2-yard run down to the 3. And so the Redbirds will get to the line of scrimmage quickly here. It'll be 2nd and goal now from the 3. Rittenhouse floats it out, and it's Winkers right, and he's in. His 2nd touchdown catch of the game.
What a play by Winkers right. I mean, this is huge. If he gets tackled right there, you let some valuable time run off the clock. To catch the ball and break the tackle that quickly is difficult. You don't got much time to really set up your move, your stiff arm, whatever you're going to go with, but he is just a strong runner, been doing this for years. Nice play by Winkers right. Good decision, Tommy Rittenhouse.
Winkers right came into this game with only 4 catches on the year. But now he's got 2 touchdowns receiving here in this game. And the point after is good. And he has 4 catches for the game. So he's already, in one game, has doubled his catches for the season. And the Redbirds get that touchdown. And with 3:12 to go, they're back within 5.
All right, Kurt, here it is. Can you stop this explosive running game? Bo Brungard, you've given up over 500 yards, almost 250 on the ground. They're going to be pulling guards, power run game. You know it's coming. Now you just got to stop it. You got 3 timeouts. You should be able to get the ball back. Let's see what this defense has in store.
Well, that's the key, is can you stop Youngstown State here and get the ball back with enough time to get in the end zone. Again, the Redbirds do have all 3 of their timeouts left, which they may, have to use from a defensive standpoint to stop the clock here. But the Penguins, you're right, Clay, have rolled up over 500 yards of total offense and could salt this thing away with a couple of first downs. Fans have stuck around because they know the history of this series between the two teams. The last 3 games have been decided by 1 score, and here we are again in a 1-score game. Allenau's kick is a short one. Fair catch signal and caught at the 22-yard line. And that's Alex McDonald who made that play. And here we go with the final 3:12 to play and a 5-point Youngstown State lead. The Penguins have the football here. A lot of these coaches will call this the 4-minute drill in practice. You've got the lead. They put 4 minutes on the clock. Can you run the clock out?
Oh, yeah. I have been there many a times. This is a fun part of the game. If you're the offense, if you're the defense, you got to stop them. Offense, you're going to run it. You want to end this game in the victory formation with the ball in your hands.
First and 10 from the Youngstown State 25-yard line. Brungard takes it, dives ahead, picks up a couple. And now timeout Illinois State. Brocksback uses his first one.
Timeout. Illinois State.
5 seconds ticked off the clock, so now 3:07 to go. And again, this is where Illinois State is going to have to use its timeouts on the defensive end. But most importantly, they need to come up with a stop here. Take a look at what's coming up now for the Redbirds. A nationally ranked opponent is next at South Dakota. Redbirds will be home against Northern Iowa in a game that we'll bring you here in a couple of weeks. Back on the road at Indiana State, South Dakota State, and closing the year at home against Southern Illinois. So 3 nationally ranked foes, at least at this point, on the schedule remaining in Illinois State's final 5 games.
Got to expect a similar type play here for the Penguins.
Redbird fans on their feet trying to encourage the defense here. 2nd and 8. Brungard looks like he's going to pass it. He does have a man open, but he's going to keep it. Does he flip it out? And it's incomplete. He had Gilbert open, but he didn't see him initially. And then when he did fly it out there, it's an incomplete pass.
What a gutsy call. And you got to love the call because the receiver's wide open right there, and all Brungard has to do is flip it to him. He just flipped it a little bit over his head. And I'm just glad Illinois State didn't get a penalty right there for a little bit of a hit in the chest. Defenseless receiver maybe. But now, very interesting, Kurt. 3rd and 8. Clock stopped.
Flipped it out.
Wow.
First down yardage and more. A big play. Gigantic play that time. How about the catch and run for Ethan Wright? He has had a monster game out of the backfield as a receiving running back.
What a call here on the screen. Catches Illinois State off guard and just gets the ball down deep into Illinois State territory.
Well, his season ended last year with an Achilles injury in November. And the Penguins are certainly glad that he's back, and he has played a whale of a game here. A 40-yard reception on 3rd and 8. Brungard to keep it this time. And he dives ahead to about the 25-yard line. As we approach the 2-minute mark, we're going to have our 2-minute timeout. And Youngstown State in control of this one. The Redbirds are going to call timeout before the 2-minute break so that they get the benefit of this timeout and then another one coming up at the 2-minute timeout. We showed you the Illinois State upcoming schedule. What about the Penguins after this game here at Hancock Stadium? They're going to be returning home after back-to-back road games in the league to play Murray State. Then they've got #1 North Dakota State on the road. They also will see the Salukis and Indiana State like the Redbirds will in the final month of the season, and Northern Iowa. So those last 3 opponents for Youngstown State are also 3 of Illinois State's final 5. Can't say enough about the game that Wright has had. He's had 4 catches for 86 yards out of the backfield. He's also rushed it 5 times for 16 yards. And Doug Phillips said he's got to have some more compliment, obviously, to his quarterback as far as the run game is concerned. And Ethan Wright has really been a big plus for that. And again, doing damage out of the backfield, catching passes.
Absolutely. He's had a heck of a game.
Brungard's going to keep it here. And he is going to get wrapped up after a short gain, and that's going to bring us to our 2-minute timeout.
Big stop.
Well, no, the Redbirds actually burned their last timeout right before that. So the Redbirds have now used all of their timeouts. Broxback was able to get that in before we get to the 2-minute timeout. So one more stoppage at least at the 2-minute timeout.
So the one thing this does, is it does open up the fact that either Youngstown State can run or pass here, because they know the clock is going to be stopped either way, since you use your timeout before the 2-minute timeout there. So if you run it,
clock operator, please set the game clock to 2:03.
They're going to add a second to the clock here. So there's 2:03 left. And again, Illinois State just used its final timeout. They're going to get a stoppage here at the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah.
But after that, they're out of bullets as far as the timeouts are concerned. But a big 3rd down here. It's 3rd and 4.
It's a game.
Wilson's in motion. Brungard, draw play. Brungard dives ahead. And he's across the 20-yard line. And that is our media timeout here at the 2-minute timeout. And that's a big first down for the Penguins. We'll step aside. It's a 5-point lead for Youngstown State. 1:59 to go.
Look closely at this.
Formation here. The Redbirds cannot stop the clock. They are out of timeouts with 1:59 to go. And all Bo Brungard has done now after that last rush, he's carried the ball 30 times for 200 yards and 3 scores. He's also passed for 328 yards and 2 touchdowns. So this guy has shown up in a big way. I mean, you're looking at Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week numbers and maybe National Player of the Week stuff,
Yeah,
right?
This might be FCS Player of the Week. What a game by Bo Brungard. I've been very impressed. This offensive line, this quarterback, the way he's directed traffic, hit some big plays in the passing game, and just so effective on the ground. I mean, such a headache for defenses here. And man, big win for the Penguins. Tough one to swallow for the Birds.
The Penguins did not have a road victory a year ago, but this is going to be their second road win. They came from behind and won a game at Towson earlier this year. They were down by 11 points in that game in the final 6 minutes, and they rallied to win that game after being down 28-17. And here they were down 9 points early in the third quarter. The Redbirds had scored right away off that long kick return by Winkers Wright, and then the touchdown, and all of a sudden it looked like they were about ready to deliver the knockout punch, but the Penguins hung tough, and now they've rallied to win on the road. It's their second come-from-behind road victory this year.
Resilient ball club. I mean, you saw it. There was some back and forth there. We thought Illinois State might run away with this thing, but they were able to bounce back after every punch, and just came back and kept punching, and it ended up knocking out the Redbirds here.
And we just hope from an injury standpoint, the Redbirds had 3 starters leave the game here. We'll see what their injury status is later in the week after they've had a chance to kind of be evaluated and examined. But the Redbirds have some work to do as far as that is concerned. The final seconds are ticking off, and it's now a final. Youngstown State comes to Illinois State and beats the Redbirds 40-35, and for the 4th year in a row, it's a 1-score game between the Penguins and the Redbirds. Another game decided here at the end of the game. Good ball game.
Yeah. I mean, we got our money's worth here today. Great ball game, back and forth ball game. Tough for the Redbirds, losing Daniel Sopkowitz, losing their left tackle. I mean, it's always so hard to bounce back when you lose these leaders. Did have some big players step up. Dylan Lord, Luke Maylander, Jake Pope and the tackle switching sides. Yeah, I think there's some good things to take away from this game for Coach Spack, but there's definitely a lot to clean up, especially defensively.
Penguins have now beaten the Redbirds 4 of the last 5 meetings between these Missouri Valley Football Conference rivals. As the teams shake hands and head out, and you're getting a good look there at Bo Brungard. What a performance for him, and he is our player of the game. Again, we mentioned what he did on the ground and in the air. Let's go to Casey Stanahar standing by with Bo Brungard.
Thanks, Bo. What a game for you. 5 touchdowns, 3 in the air, 2 on the ground. What opportunities from the Redbird defense were you seeing that you capitalized on?
Well, I just got to say, first off, praise my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You know, Jesus allows me to play this game, and he gives me the ability to, and just all glory to him. But, you know, we did a deep dive into Illinois State this week, and saw what they had, and, you know, we had a few ways to attack their blitzes and things, and we took advantage of that, and our guys had a great week of practice, and that's where it started. And, you know, my O-line, they played great. They did everything for me, so all credit to them.
Yeah, speaking of your O-line and the rest of this team, all 3 phases getting into it, how was complementary football on display here today? Yeah,
that's something we talk about every single week. We gotta put 3 phases of the game together, and it's awesome. It's awesome when it happens, and the defense has our back, and we have their back, and it's just awesome playing as a team.
Yeah, we saw it there, 10 points on 2 interceptions, and Coach Phillips' confidence in you. He talks about what a player you are, what a strong player you are. How does his confidence in you help you through the rest of the season?
Yeah, he's had confidence in me since he started recruiting me. You know, I had one offer out of high school, and it was from Coach Phillips. So he believed in me before anybody else did, and he's awesome. You know, I always know he has my back. He's always going to come pick me up when I'm down, and he's just always there for me. So he's a great coach, and we're just going to keep rolling forward.
Congratulations, both.
Thank you so much.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Casey. Good work on the sidelines. How about a final thought of this victory for the Penguins here at against the Redbirds here in Normal?
Yeah, big time win for the Penguins. Coming on the road, tough environment, homecoming, getting a win. This offense looks hard to stop for the Penguins. Could propel them into a playoff run here. And for Illinois State, you know, you got to bounce back, got to clean some things up on defense, but the season is far from over.
From our broadcast partners, Clay Harbor and Casey Standahar, and our excellent Redbird Productions crew headed up by our producer, Peter Babb, I'm Kurt Pegler. Again, the final score here from Normal, Youngstown State 40, Illinois State 35. The broadcast rights for this event have been granted to Marquee Sports Network by Illinois State University and Learfield IMG College. Any reproduction or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Marquee Sports and Illinois State University is strictly prohibited.